Okay, so last time we started the year-long recap of what everybody's character was doing. So I'm going to try to go through this quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be paraphrasing my notes.
Fair enough.
Yep. So you guys, the party spent the year of relaxing and recuperation and being stressed at certain things. Let's see. Zaitari contacted the Ice Queen, suggested they did a concert. So they had a tour that mainly concentrated on the continent of Blanchon. Meanwhile, Alexandria hired a wizard to install the wards and teleportation circle for the party that they wanted. Demeter continued to test the glowvine of the memorybind potion. There were seizures involved in her tiny subjects. Um, let's see, Tilda in her spare time, tutored Ronny, visited Theo, got to know her father-in-law better. Father-in-law wanted to meet her parents, so
Again, in
again,
this context.
yeah. So dinner was planned for the families. There was a lot of time to plan. And there was an attempt to figure out who really saw those summoned animals at the auction. So far, nothing has come of that. During the first few months, Melanie and Raine picked out a magic and academic tutors in the form of Kaelthorn and Orrra. The dock was only burnt out once. Raine dropped off Kismet with Nenrine to figure out how to get his soul out of the container. Uh, Raine also dropped off her goristo hide, and they figured out what that could be turned into. Shaddoc wanted to learn to fight. There was a helpful lesson from Raine. The best way for fights was to avoid them in the first place. Dealt with disappearing acts. The tour with Zaitari was a resounding success, being nominated for a musical award, which the ceremony would take place again around 10th month. This also led to Zaitari being booked by high-class nobility and royalty alike. Ronny decided, I don't like staying in one place too long. I'm going to go back on my boat. So he went back on the boat. And during his time there, noticed the captain was, slowing down, retiring, having difficulty getting up in the morning. So it was time it's time for you to retire talk. He agreed. Tilda continued planning things and transcribing spells. Melanie and Raine. Let's see. No, not that part. Right. Zaitari went to visit her mom's caravan with Tegan in tow. Serena and Axe literally had to shove Tegan out of the ugly heartbreak because he was working too hard. And then after the visit of the caravan, there was a vacation in southern Rober with much communication. Raine took a trip, told Melanie she'd be back, and to look for her if she wasn't back in a certain amount of time. She infiltrated the Trevere house, got to know the miserable Pace and Sable, Lord Trevere's late Lord Trevere's children. When she learned what she needed, there was a deal offered, and Pace accepted. Meanwhile, Melanie had to deal with shopping for armor, baby making questions from Shaddoc, and recorder songs. Ronny helped the captain, along with Marin. Ronny and Marin helped the captain get his home furnished and blessed. Tilda hosted her dinner, which included almost errors, which included a proposal, a rejection, an accepted proposal, her mother circumnavigating the conversation, and Edgar and Griswold going on the future hunt together.
Mm-hmm.
Zaitari went to the Temple of the Raven Queen again and learned a little more about her relic from the head of the temple, Father Galen, from the Book of the Dead. Kismet told Raine about the burglar's lens in the southern of Ironfast. And then later in the year, Zaitari received some news from the now new Captain Marin. Ronny had passed in his sleep, and the party was invited to the burial at sea that would be taking place at Port Sion. And Tilda also had news. She was pregnant!
Well, you know.
Well, you know, yeah.
Maybe your baby will have Ronnie's soul. Dun dun dun. That'd be creepy.
The child of a knowledge cleric and wizard coming out just dumb as shit. There's no hope.
Let's
Yes,
hope
the cycle of
that
life.
as much as we care about Ronny, let's hope his soul is at rest.
Yes.
Yes. It is with Tyr now.
Mm-hmm. In perfect balance.
Alright.
Obviously, at the top of the stack of stones.
Okay, so you guys just learned this news. I believe that some of you wanted to talk to Gypsy and Shaddoc to see if they wanted to come with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, setting my keybind for push to talk.
It's a good idea.
It's a pretty good idea. It's very recommended. Okay. When did I say this would take place? Like a week? Week or two? I want to say a week or two. I always say a week or two.
Be at Port Cyan. Yeah, it says they'll be at Port Cyan for the next 2 weeks, going to have a burial at sea. You and your friends are invited.
Okay. Cool. Okay, 2 weeks. Okay. If nobody, unless you want to have the Shaddoc talk right now, Melanie and Raine. If
No, I'm sorry. I just had something in my throat.
okay,
Yeah, so I'll go and speak with Shaddoc.
Okay.
And, say, Shaddoc,
yeah,
so you know how Ronny, our friend, was older?
uh-huh.
I am afraid that he has passed away, and it wasn't anything bad. It was just that he was older, and that happens eventually to everybody. We are going to go and be with his family when they go ahead and put him to rest. They're going to do a burial at sea because he loved the sea. Will you come with us so you can say goodbye one last time to Ronny?
She, like, as soon as you say all this, she gets really quiet.
I know. It's always hard to lose somebody you would care for. But he was an older man, and he had lived a long and good life. And I know that he was very glad that he got to meet you. He lived a reasonably length life for his own species, okay? Like,
Hey, listen, he saved the party a couple times, alright?
Like, you see Shaddoc, she's like rubbing the little stone that Ronny gave her. Okay.
it's okay to be sad when you lose somebody that you care about. But the best thing to know is, to remember the good things about them. So when we go to his funeral, the best thing to think about is all the good times you had while he was with us.
And there's no way, to bring him back?
There are magical ways to bring somebody back, but it's a little bit different when they're older. because it was a natural thing that happened. It wasn't something that somebody did to end his life early, like something violent. It was something that it was his time, and so if he were to come back with magic, it wouldn't be the same, I'm afraid. Because he would still be very old, and there's not a way to make him younger. Do you want to
So,
yes?
so magic brings people back if bad things happen to them. But when they're old, it doesn't bring people back like that?
Can. It doesn't always. The magic is different sometimes.
Magic is
so-
stupid.
It's so magic is a tool, like a sword or a shovel, and there's always a limit to what you can do with a tool. So, if I wanted to dig a hole, I wouldn't use my sword, and there's all kinds of things like that where it's sometimes it's not the thing that we can use at the moment.
That doesn't make sense, but I do want to go.
Okay. I'm sure that he would be happy that you'd be able to say goodbye. Would you like to go? Why don't we go and find something that we can balance in that shrine for Tia? Maybe we could find 2 flowers or 2 rocks of a similar size. I think that he could like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Magic is still dumb, though.
Magic can occasionally be very silly. I understand.
See her, she slowly walks out with you.
Yeah.
She's very clearly upset.
Yeah.
But she's still, and seemingly she's using the magic is stupid as an outlet.
Yeah.
And given what she's been through.
Yeah, I feel like she's fine with holding that. That's pretty valid for her.
Okay. So you guys go outside and start.
I'll go talk to Gypsy if nobody else wants to. Well, I should say, if anybody else wants to, they can come with Zaitari, but Zaitari would like to tell Gypsy.
Okay. So Gypsy's in the kitchen, with Chef Stonebreaker.
Okay.
Trying to perfect some sourdough bread that hasn't been working out for her lately because weather is stupid. I'm not projecting, no.
No, I get it. Humidity. Just imagine if you lived on top of a mountain. Even worse.
I don't want to own a bakery on a mountain.
Gypsy, dear, can we talk in private for a moment?
Oh, of course, Zaitari. She, wipes the flour off her hands and apron, and goes out with you. Is there something wrong?
Well, I need to talk to you for a moment, so if you'll just follow me, please. And I'll bring her to, the whatever's close where there's, seating.
Yeah.
Basically. Gypsy, why don't you take a seat for a moment?
Okay. Did I do something wrong?
You're not fired.
Okay.
Please, no. You've been doing a wonderful job. Your food is amazing. And you've been helping around the keep. No, that is not the issue. I have some unfortunate news, and I just wanted you to be seated for it. It seems that our friend Ronny has passed away.
Oh.
They're holding a funeral for him. They're at Port Cyan for the next 2 weeks. They plan on doing a burial at sea. I know the two of you were close, and so I wanted to tell you and ask you if you wanted to come to the funeral.
Oh, that's... He always did, complain about how... yes, of course I'd love to come. I... Wow.
Yes, it's sudden, but he passed away peacefully in his sleep.
That's...
So there's that at least.
Yeah, that... At least that was a good part.
Yeah, it's all any of us can hope for, really.
Oh dear. Well, I... Thank you for inviting me. Whenever you are all ready to leave, then let me know, and yeah.
Of course. We probably plan on leaving tomorrow, but I'll let you know for sure when we're going.
Okay, thank you very much.
Of course. Also, if you need to take the rest of the day off or honestly, as much time as you need to process, do whatever you need to do, that's totally understandable. I can go tell Rosie.
Okay, thank you. She, stands up and quietly goes back to the kitchen. All right. Is anybody else doing anything for today before leaving for Port Cyan?
Melanie will make sure to do the various things of like letting Shaddoc's tutors know that she'll be gone and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she would also like to check in with her magic tutor.
Yeah.
And just say, I know that for some people, emotional states can cause more magical mishaps.
Yes. Yes.
Does Shaddoc's magic seem to be one that could cause her issues if she's... a friend of ours has passed. He was an older gentleman, and he has passed away. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't need to keep an eye on her for magic things while we were traveling to go to his funeral. Obviously, I'll be keeping an eye on her emotionally, but I didn't know if I needed to have my friend who is a little bit better at magical things to sort of keep an eye on making sure that nothing... You know what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
I think.
Kaelthorn, well, I'm very sorry for your loss, first of all.
Thank you. He was a lovely man, but he was an older gentleman. It was his time, I believe.
Time does come for all of us eventually.
Yeah.
As for Shaddoc and her emotional state and her magic, the story you told me of her controlling water, typically, and the burning at the dock, which I don't think that was about her emotional state. I think that was more of, hey, I can do this with fire. Oh my god, I just did that with fire.
Yeah. Yes, I understand.
With the controlling of water, it seems like if her emotions are a little more out of control, say, if she just maybe learned that, God's forbid that you died, and she was right there, something a little more dramatic, then I'd be a little worried.
Okay.
I don't think you have anything to worry about unless, a demon comes out from the sea and starts attacking the boat.
Well, that hopefully won't happen again.
Hopefully that won't happen, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
it
just
did happen a little bit that one time. Just as long as it doesn't happen again.
no,
you
no.
know.
I'm just saying that's as an example. Like I'd be worried in that instance.
Well, she's actually already been on a boat when that happened, and she did surprisingly well for the. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We almost definitely won't be attacked. Almost definitely. Probably.
Okay.
Won't.
All right. But I'm just saying.
50-50 at worst.
I'm just saying in that extreme example, he says.
Right.
Okay. But I wouldn't worry if it's funeral. I doubt it. Percentage is low.
Yes, have you ever been to the theater with us? Because the percentage, it's not as good as you would think, but hopefully a funeral is not the case. So, yeah. Well, we'll be in contact when we're back.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The night before they leave, Raine will knock on Tilda's door.
Okay.
Okay.
It just kind of hands over a pouch, just in case, water, your condition. This will help. Makara herbs. You can chew them or put them in a tea. They work really well.
Tilda opens the pouch.
Steaks now. It's just some herb, an herb it'll help if you get seasick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you tomorrow. And Raine will leave.
Did not even
Tilda,
think about being pregnant on a boat. Oh.
Tilda will just go
Oh
back
yeah.
to bed, where I think Tilda would have called, messaged Theo.
Mhm.
Sent a message to Theo, and asked him to, come with her to the funeral.
Oh yeah. That most of us. Yes.
So I think they would have been staying at the keep rather than the estate
Okay.
that night. So she'll just go back to bed,
Okay. Sounds good.
cuddle up with the husband.
Okay. All right.
Would I have had a chance to pick up the enchanted shark tooth jewelry?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh-ha.
Wow. Great. Then the next morning, when we're all gathered around to get ready to teleport, she'll hand everybody's out. So these are enchanted, like a ring of water walking, but you can turn them on and off at will, and they don't require an attunement. So, since we're going on a boat, I figured it would be useful. And she's going to go over to Shaddoc and kind of kneel down and say, Shaddoc, I know you were very close with Ronny, and Ronny made this. And I'll hold out the keychain that he made. He made this, and originally it was for him, but I think you should have it.
She looks at it. This is a really.
I think he'd want you to have it.
She's like, this is a really big tooth.
It is a really big tooth. Do you remember when we fought those sharks on the boat?
Yeah.
This is from one of them.
Yeah, I remember. Thank you.
Can
Of
you give her a
course,
really big hug because she probably needs it? Definitely Lynn doesn't. Goodness.
She just looks at it and sighs.
Oh, Of course. All right. Are we all ready to go?
I can't remember if I got my tooth as a necklace or a bracelet or.
I
So-
looked back. I can't quite remember. I
fine.
believe it was earrings.
I think it was earrings too.
Yeah, 'cause I got earrings.
Okay.
Yes, we plated them.
Oh yeah, because you guys put some metal on them.
Yep.
Yeah, one
Blast
of you
'em
got a
up some.
bracelet. One of you went with a necklace. I think Melanie went with a necklace, and Raine went with a bracelet.
Sounds right.
Yep, that sounds right.
As I scroll up to see if I can find them.
Yep.
Yep.
One thing that I've done before to
Tilda
do
got
the chat
earrings.
is if you open it in a new tab, you can control F it.
Yeah.
If you do that, open in new.
There's literally a search. Just
Yeah.
Oh, there's a search in the regular tab?
Yep. I would have done that, but I knew around when it was, so I just scrolled up to find it. But yeah, Tilda had earrings, I had earrings, Melanie had a necklace, Raine had a bracelet, and Ronny made himself a keychain.
Okay. You guys all teleport to Port Cyan. The dancing lady is at port. Captain Marin greets you when you arrive. She says, "Thank you all for coming. I can get the crew assembled. My father has been here for a while. He, of course, wanted to wait until everybody had arrived, but I think everybody is account and present for.
So you're captain now?
I am. Father retired some months ago. It was actually Ronny was the one who suggested it. Yeah. I have him right here, and she pats a very simple urn, and we'll cast off in a moment, and yeah, we'll do this.
Are you doing all right?
As alright as I can be. There are a couple things that I feel like were left unsaid between us. That's all. But, he probably, if he's, around, he probably knows what I have to say.
I'm sure he does.
He wouldn't want me to fuss over him too much. You know how he was.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we'll cast off, and there's a nice little outcropping that we're gonna sail to. I feel like you would have liked it there. And if anybody has any words before the eulogy and for the spreading of the ashes, anybody is free to say what they want. Yeah. All right. Everybody's aboard, so let's cast off. Well, can we? And you hear some of the crew say aye, and the ship begins to raise anchor and pull away from port as the wind catches the sails. It doesn't.
So,
Yep.
I want to do this at a worse time. Do I see that catfish aboard?
Oh my god.
You have like a past perception of 1,000,000, right?
I'm sure I think it's like 30.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you to roll. Yeah, that cat's around.
So yeah, the crew hasn't killed it yet.
Cat's still around. Shaddoc is quietly, like, using the tip of her foot and trying to get the cat's attention. Cat swats it every once in a while, then gets bored and goes and naps in a coiled rope, using it as a bed. Okay, but it doesn't take long. The sun is climbing into the sky, where you reach a nice little kind of a sort of semicircle of rocks that jut out of the ground, and the captain comes out. Oh, the former captain, Captain Templas, comes out and says a few words. He says, when I started you know what? No. I'm gonna drop formalities. Ronny was pretty much family. He was family. And he always took care of us. He always put our needs above his own. He never really wanted to be a bother. He took the time to talk to anybody that seemed to have troubles. He took the time to listen to all of our problems. He was one of the best crewmate that a captain could ask for. He was a loyal sailor, great listener, great friend, a great brother. And it's always very difficult when it's time to say goodbye to one of your own. All I can really hope is that he is with Tyr, experiencing what I suppose one could only imagine is complete balance and with that peace. And he steps away from the boat. A couple other sailors, including the cook, say their own things about Ronny. A couple of them have funny stories. And then Captain Marin asks if any of you guys would like to say anything.
I'll look at Gypsy. Does it look like she wants to talk? My passive insight.
Yeah.
22.
22. Yeah. She looks at you guys, and then she looks at the crew, and she just hesitates for a moment.
I try to encourage her forward. So.
All right. And she'll nod, and she'll say, "Well, I didn't know Ronny for long. I was hired by these wonderful people. I was saved by them, actually. This was a little before Ronny, but I worked at the keep, and at that point, I didn't have legs. I had lost them during the battle. No, I lost him a little before the battle of the palace in Leona. And I was, I had like sticks, and one day I was bringing some food out to Ronny, and he just was just like, "Hey, you want your legs back?" And that was, I thought he was joking, and
That would be the meanest joke. Oh my god.
I thought he was joking, and because who grows back legs? But I said, yeah, and he grew them back like it was nothing. And that's what I remember about him. He was always like, even if I didn't say thank you, he wouldn't have minded, I don't think. I tried to, after that, I tried to learn a little more about Tyr. I tried to keep his shrine as tidy, bring him lunch, talk to him as much as I could. He was always more willing to let me talk, but he was a great person. And I guess my only regret is that I wish I knew him, I wish I had met him earlier. I felt like there was just so much more I could have talked to him and learned about, and he always said that, like, he was, he didn't have the book smarts, and I never really saw that as like a big negative or anything. What he lacked, I suppose, in the academic kind of things, he made up so much in his compassion and his patience, and yeah, I'm just sorry I didn't know him earlier. I wish I did, but at least he went it peacefully. Yeah, and she kind of just shuffles back, sniffling. The captain says, anybody else?
I'll kind of bend down to Shaddoc and say, if you want to say something, you can. Or if you want to say something just to Ronny, you can just speak quietly to him if you want to.
Okay. She looks at the stone, and she says very quietly, "Magic is stupid."
Oh.
But I'm glad I met you. But magic is still stupid. She's still pretty upset.
Yeah, I'll give her a little half squeeze. Like, it's kind of... I'm standing beside somebody squeeze thing that you can do.
Yeah. Like, she just, takes the back of her fist and, wipes her face, with the tears and snot, and she's just like, yeah. Okay. Captain waits for a couple minutes. Alright. She will, hold the urn. And she says, "We sailed the sea by ocean's light, around the horn through restless night. Our course and luck did make it right to see things new in strange delight. The seas were harsh and took their toll, with branded flesh and tortured soul. And when at last the sun sat low, it touched the earth with the blood-red glow. The mighty wars have all been won, now empty winds, slack sails undone. The world is ours, but mates care not, and search in vain for wars unfought. Silver breakers plight our trow to sails unfurled and winds aloft. Spirits soar on sea, on breeze free, that bears the souls of sailors we. Hear our prayers, O Melora, O Tyr. We live to serve, and wield thy rod. Through, though wretched we, and racked with flaws, we are the ones who fought thy cause. Now bleached white bones on foreign sands attest the toll in far-off lands. For those who heard their country's call, brave sailors each who come and fall. Remember those who served on ships, and bid farewell on endless trips. We sailed the seas to Dorinethel, and lived and died, these chosen few. We ask this Tyr for those so true, and honor bound beneath the sky's blue, who served and died on your ship's bow, to hold and cherish, and how. A sailor's death on ships of sleep, with few to know and none to weep, for faith so brave, a soul to keep, a silent grave in ocean's deep. And when the end has come at last, and unfilled shadows heavens cast, remember we served, who served and fell, to the hosts of heaven tell, bring home my boys who loved so well. She will open the urn, and she will take a little bit of dirt and a little bit of ashes and toss it overboard. Her father comes next and does the same, and the crew starts lining up to do this. You are also more than welcome to stand in line and throw a little bit of his ashes overboard.
Yeah, Zaitari will go and stand in line.
Okay.
Melanie will too.
Okay. So, there's a lot of ashes, because tortos. And, and, each person comes, you see some of the crewmates, say a little something to themselves. Say a little bit of something to themselves before, they throw the ashes overboard. Many are teary. The old cook mumbles something about you should have been a little more. Don't be such a pushover, and she's like, that kind of thing. Even the ship's cat just gets to the side of the ship and kind of just looks, and her eyes fish eyes follow the ashes as they slowly waver to the ground. Onto the sea. And, Shaddoc gets up there. She takes the ashes, still wondering that magic is really stupid. But she's gonna miss Ronny a lot. And she also says, "Oh, I'm gonna make sure your lucky stone is always here." And she just tosses everything. Yeah.
Yeah, once we all do that, I'm gonna go up to the captain and ask, if it's all right with you, Ronny helped me, I'm not really sure what the right word is, conduct a funeral of my own.
Oh.
To just pass somebody along.
I
that,
see. Yeah.
He was very thoughtful, and if it's all right, I'd like to sing the same funeral song that he was there for.
Okay. Yes. Please, please, please. You're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Alright.
Mallory can't sing.
Okay, that's fine.
Um,
I don't have my lyrics in front of me because I can't speak my god.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. But Zaitari will acapella
Okay.
sing the song that she sang for Gorella
Okay.
that the Raven Queen's Choice
Mhm.
helped her with. So
Okay. So you all start hearing, probably for the first time,
definitely for the first time
Yeah,
for everybody.
yeah, you all hear Zaitari sing for the first time.
Yeah, it's very soft at first. It probably takes her like a minute to actually get out of her head that people are actually listening to her.
Mm-hmm.
But then she'll start belting
Okay.
and probably crying
Okay.
towards the end. So
Yeah. Everybody, well, the crew, I'll say at least, are like, transfixed, listening. A few of them are weeping. Actually, many of them are weeping. Shaddoc is kind of like at the side of the boat, listening, closing her eyes, holding holding the stone. It is a beautiful performance, and eventually the sun starts to go down. Everybody said their piece. The ship starts going back to the port for everybody to just hang out at the port for the night. A lot of the crew's members are probably gonna go drinking. It's probably gonna be a pretty quiet, heavy drinking night for them. And you guys are free to do whatever you want afterwards.
Oh, I'm definitely going drinking with them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna make it a party.
Okay. Alright, Zaitari goes and drinks and makes it a party. Okay. Anybody else want to do anything?
Melanie will be strongly tempted to go drinking, but instead she'll go ahead and stay with Shaddoc.
Okay.
And we'll find maybe like a place on the beach to spend some time or something while everyone else is getting toasted.
Okay.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Alright.
You never know what kind of shells we might find around here.
Yeah, I
Oh
mean...
god, yeah, another
Oh my
spell
god.
hermit crab.
If you find another random magical person, we're just gonna stop going to the beach. No more beach trips ever.
Alright.
Kismet, I found a friend!
Just hang them like near each other on a little bracelet and be like, I'm
Mhm.
collecting people.
Let's be honest, it wouldn't be the most unexpected turn for Raine.
It would not. It would not.
Is Tilda doing anything?
Tilda is, no. Tilda's just kind of mourning quietly.
Okay.
It's, yeah,
Okay.
she doesn't volunteer to say anything. She doesn't, she just, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm fading really, really
Oh,
fast here,
that's
guys.
fine. That's fine.
I might have to duck out early.
Okay. So So you guys, a few of you are on the beach. Zaitari's hanging out with the sailors. A couple of them are, a lot of the sailors, with your encouragement, Zaitari, to make it more of a party, start telling like happy stories of Ronny when he was on the, like, especially the older folk, starts giving like and the cook start talking about stories of like when they were all younger, when Ronny first joined the ship. The cook was actually there when she first joined. They just start talking about funny stories, thoughtful things he used to do, little quirks. There's a lot of laughing. There's some crying. The former Captain Templas is there, and he tells his own stories, and the drunker he gets, the more, he was my son. I taught him how to do this. I remember the first time he did this. And Marin's there, like, patting his back. Like, she hasn't really said too much, but she's just like, it's alright, Dad. It's alright. We know, we were there. Yeah.
Yeah, since Ronny isn't there to complain about it, and sorry, he's dead now, we can tell the stories. Well, sorry, Zaitari will tell the stories of all the crazy shit
Okay.
he did in the Feywild, while they were in the jungles. He got petrified twice.
Yeah, the crew's like hanging
being
on your
able to
word.
teleport, So.
Yeah, it's like, and like the crew, like a lot of the crew's like, damn, and it was his old age that took him out. The fuck. Yeah, it's a lot of that. But yeah, it's like a lot of things like that. Shaddoc's on the beach, and she is, she's asking if you guys Raine and Melanie can help her find a rock that, a very similar rock to the one Ronny gave to her, so we can have a friend. In case she has to leave it at the keep or something.
Oh my god, Isadora.
Yeah, she asks for that. Still complaining that magic is stupid.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we've both kind of figured out at this point that this is the kind of her coping and not gonna, like, try to change her mind or anything. Just kind of let it.
That fucking rock.
You find like almost like an identical rock. It's just a lighter, like it's just a little beiger than the one she's got, and she just looks at it. Thank you, Raine.
Put a hand on her shoulder. Yeah, this way it won't get lonely. Leave it.
So you guys aren't old, right?
No, not old.
Oh, Melanie's been kind of wishy-washy on her age, actually.
Lynn might have forgotten Melanie's age a few times, but Melanie knows her age. Probably. Shaddoc, we will be around for a long time longer.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
But what if you get eaten by a demon shark?
Well, the likelihood of that is always very, very low.
It happened to us.
Yeah, Melanie, like, don't lie to the child.
Well, I mean, that specific entity is probably not that problematic. There's always a little bit of risk with the adventuring lives that we lead, but
we first met you.
Yes.
If we didn't do the sort of things we do, that would have never happened. and it's... I don't want to start out lying to you. It's never going to be 100% safe, but we got very helpful, powerful people like Ronny, Tilda, and list the whole party. And they're going to help keep us safe just like we help keep them safe. And we're going to do everything we can to keep ourselves safe for you.
Okay.
You know how you wanted to make sure the stone wasn't lonely?
Mm-hmm.
So, you've been with us for a little while now,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to let you know that if you wanted to be officially a part of my family, I would love it if you wanted to be, you know, my daughter Rock.
She looks very confused at the both of you. Like, she looks at you, Raine, for interpretation.
I'm trying. Oh my,
She wants,
you know, because
want to be her daughter.
you know, you can stay with us as long as you want, even if you're not, obviously. But you know, if you want to officially be part of my family, then that would be lovely.
She looks at the rock. I
The
can't.
Rock doesn't have to be part of it. I
But it can if it wants.
it can. Yes.
She looks at you guys. So, like, she furrows her brow. So
Well,
what?
you know how
No,
pastries is Hall's child.
yeah.
It's her daughter. Well, you could be my daughter.
Well, so I can't call you both mom.
That would get confusing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do we fix that?
Mama
well-
Mel, Mama Raine.
You can decide what you want to call us.
Okay.
As long as it's, you know, reasonable. If it's moo cow stupid head, I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
And I might if maybe, but probably not.
I mean,
Call us our names if you want to. That is how you met us.
no, I don't know if I know how to be a daughter. I've never had a mom before.
Well, you know, just keep doing what you're doing.
That's
Just
it?
what you're doing. Yeah, that's it.
That's all I have to do?
Yeah, that's it. You
So,
don't have to do anything. Honestly, it's us that have more work.
so, I mean, I wanna stay. I like it here. I really like it here. Even though magic is stupid.
It.
Well, it's great if you don't do any magic.
Like,
Man,
it just makes more sense to stab and hit things. Like you guys do.
you know, you're not wrong. It does kind of make it easier sometimes. It's a lot more straightforward. I have actually never caught a dock on fire. But
Might give her not the time to bring that up.
sometimes it can be very useful. Trying to think of, I mean, Tilda has done some amazing things.
She has.
I mean, so has like Zaitari. Zaitari one time basically threw a bar room at a bar room. It was interesting that evening. They were drunk. heavily.
Yeah, it was. She was very drunk.
Giant purple worm into a sheet.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes,
never
that
forget.
was very useful.
You don't remember that.
Exploding the frog hemoth from the inside as a...
I feel like that's
Man,
kind of a ghastly story. I might not tell her that
Oh, no,
one
not
yet.
yet, but I'm just saying this.
Oh yeah, like
well, more
eventually
similar.
that's a badass story, but like I feel like it's kind of frightening. Like you're gonna start watching all your food to make sure tiny animals aren't in it that are gonna get to turn huge.
Yeah, and then the giant crab into the minnow that it was on our ship. That was also good.
Shaddoc is gonna like very quietly like take your hand, Melanie, and your hand, Raine, and she says, "Okay, but you can't go like Ronny did."
It'll be a very, very long time. It'll happen eventually, but it'll be like a long time, like 100 years or something like that.
That sounds like a long time.
It's a very long time.
I didn't look up the ages and like, we're gonna kick it about the same time.
Oh yeah, shit. How long do Tritons last?
100 years.
What is it?
100 years.
Oh, well, that's gonna be a little bit odd around the end, but okay.
Whoops, didn't mean to click that.
Well, it was half elves, often exceeding 180 years.
Oh no! Oh no! We just got a puppy. We're gonna outlive our child. Like,
Hey, what do you think? I mean,
no!
Often exceed, not always.
Oh, I mean, true. We do definitely take chances, but just gonna start putting some fucking life longevity potions in her fucking cereal.
listen, the Ocean Song roses are getting worked on. Zaitari plans on drinking that shit.
Zaitari's lasting forever, bitches.
What can that make? Is it like the regular one where like each time you take it, the chance of aging is more, or is it like this one's always good?
You guys haven't figured that out yet. The only person who really knows its secret is probably Baba Yaga.
Yeah,
She's not gonna tell
we're
us
still
shit.
waiting on Demeter to figure it out. So.
Yeah, she's working on the memorybind as her primary goal. Slowly working on the Ocean Song roses. They're pretty like foreign to her, so the fact that she actually like has some of its properties down is pretty amazing as is. She wrote pretty well.
Whoa.
Oh geez. But Shaddoc says, "So no more boats?"
I mean, we might be on boats occasionally, because, I mean, that's...
But I don't have to hide in a box.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, unless we're playing hide and seek and you want to, then it's fine. Go ahead and hide in a box.
Okay. And no more cages.
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't like the cages.
No one really does, usually, and that's absolutely not something you have to ever worry about again.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how you don't have to stay in a cage.
Ooh, yes, walking lessons.
Ooh. Her eyes get wide.
They're gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
Oh yeah, nothing in the keep is safe.
Alright. I think I like it. I like it now. I really like being here now.
Good. We like having you here.
She just kind of looks out, has her 2 rocks in her hand. She starts smiling. Anybody else doing anything for the night? Just kind of hanging out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
just telling crazy stories, getting progressively drunker, learning sea shanties.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of sea
So-
shanties, especially Captain Tempos. He's got like at least 100 years worth.
As they keep drinking, do the shanties get like more and more suggestive?
Yes, very much so.
Wonderful.
Eventually, the barkeep has to like, okay, it's 4 o'clock in the
Last call,
morning,
come
just
on.
time to go, last call. But yeah, eventually, everybody goes home at their own pace. And yeah, we can go to maybe if nobody has anything to do in that week, maybe we can go like another week within the 9 to 12 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else that's on my list.
Mhm.
Though I did want to ask you, since I basically took care of all my stuff.
Yep. Just like one more
um,
thing you gotta do.
Yeah, there's there's that, and then there's the
You have a
awards show.
yes. Around month 10,
And-
there's awards ceremony.
The smattering of private shows that I'm doing.
Yes. I will tell you how much you make during those shows.
Of course. Can I take that feat? Since at 7 months I don't have anything else to do.
I'll let you
It's
take
taking
you.
a lot of time. Yes.
Okay, I'll let you take that feat.
Yes.
All right.
Alarm.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Suddenly my Kopeshes turn into
Arms. No. So about a week later, after Ronnie's funeral, Chambers probably finds, I don't know who she finds. I'm gonna roll a die. Here's a die. Probably finds Melanie. Probably hanging out with Shaddoc and Raine or something of the like. And she says, Sir Melanie?
Yes.
Hi. So, I have a few questions because this concerns a potential guest that's arrived. Do you know a man that has a moving tower?
Oh my god! Yes!
I do.
Uh,
No, Matt. Is there a moving tower here?
There is, and there's also a very sad man. He looks so sad.
Very sad.
Aw.
He's so sad. I'm very sorry that I'm laughing. He has a very weird life, and sometimes it's just odd to think about his very weird life.
I can only imagine for a man who has a moving tower.
Yes.
But
It
he's
technically belongs to his cats.
beg your pardon?
It technically belongs to his cats. But he is, he's there too.
You said Shaddock's in the room. Raine's panicking.
Right. Well, he's here. He says
Like outside, the whole thing?
yes. Not in the courtyard, but outside. The guards saw him in the distance. They hailed him. He says his name is Stefan. Stefan? I think he said Stefan. And he's come because you guys asked, and he also apologizes for taking so long. But he's
Shaddock, do you want to go practice your law cooking?
I was actually gonna say.
But Shaddock's
Shaddock,
like, but you said there's a moving tower? Can I see?
So, Shaddock, the
Yeah.
tower is very, very full of kitty cats. And those kitty cats are very, very smart. So
Oh,
we
like
can go,
okay,
but you have to be very conscientious of the kitty cats, okay?
okay, like we practice, right?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
Do you want to go to the kitchen and get something that looks tasty like a kitty cat would like it
Yeah.
to take with us?
Yep. And she's already gone.
Yeah, I'm assuming she's just disappeared. I will get everybody if
Okay.
they want to come. I will find everybody. Because it was, who was
I
it
missed
with
out
our
on this
group?
last time. I absolutely want to meet this person.
Was it just Raine and myself that went last time? Who
No, it
was
was Tilda and it was Raine.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that's right, because it was me and Ronnie that went to go.
No
Yeah, you
fun.
went
Crazy
to
trip.
see Tannen.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, did I not even know about all this?
We did talk about it a little bit, but I don't know if we told it because we were like, they cannot know about this.
I loved the
We're good.
tower so much that I remembered it so well. I just like forgot that I wasn't there.
Yeah, I thought you were there.
Okay. But so this is happening. So Chambers is like, "Do you want me to? Should I invite him in without the tower? Well, without the tower won't fit. Should
Obviously, yeah, that's fine.
Should I invite him in? Do you guys want to meet him outside? I'm not sure what the protocol is for wizard with moving tower.
The polite thing to do would be to invite him in to our place.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I will invite him in.
Do you think that the cats would want to come and go like to the tavern where it's got other cats, or would that be weird? Because the other cats don't like them. Like, would it be? Would they be like, you guys are dumb?
Chambers doesn't know. Like, she's confused when you say cats.
They're not like tabaxi.
Oh.
They're like house cats.
Oh.
But they're not like house cats.
What?
Just throwing that out there.
Okay. I'll invite him in. Should I just say if he wishes to bring guests, he may?
Yes, that's perfect. Leave
Okay.
it up to him.
Okay.
Also the cats.
Alright. Now she goes. Shaddoc comes back. She has swiped an armful of smoked salmon.
Oh.
She's like, okay, where are the kitties?
Well, let's. We're going to have to take time.
Okay.
So let's meet everyone first.
Okay. Alright. So you guys are heading to the tavern. This is where you guys are gonna, like, meet up, right?
Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
probably appropriate.
Okay.
Also, this poor guy probably would like to see like a tavern instead of just his own keep
Mm-hmm.
full of cats that
Alright.
he just doesn't.
Kay. You there? I kind of hear you.
I am, yes.
Okay.
I had my mic moved away because I'm eating pizza.
Okay, cool. So you and what's his real name? Shit. Give me a
Nope.
second.
Notes.
Him Ricky. He is Ricky to me.
Okay, to you he's Ricky. Fine, he's Ricky. You and Ricky, I know that's not his real freaking name. You and Ricky, have been traveling for a little bit, and you guys are currently in Leona. And he's telling you about this really interesting tavern, that has an ale drake that some, fellow treasure hunters have built. And, you know, he figures we could probably take a break there, you know, rest our feet, listen to an ale drake regale us tales of his past, of his very long past, and probably figure out what to do next. He thinks it's going to be a good resting point for the both of you, and well, he could use a drink himself.
I agree on one condition.
All right.
He gets me a drink since I can't get them myself.
Is there a charge for what is it? The subversion of a minor? No, the thing.
Selling alcohol to minors?
Yeah, but it's called contributing to the delinquency of a minor, I think, is the technical term for it.
Right, his name's Chanel. He says, I mean, sure. It's not like anybody really cares around here.
I mean, yeah, like, I feel like in this fantasy world, the drinking age is probably 16.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're pretty safe. But I will buy you a drink. I mean, hopefully...
2 drinks, if you don't want me to start a fight.
How do I know you're not going to start a fight on 2?
Because I'm going to be too busy drinking.
Alright. Sure. And, you know, he starts telling you about Rosewater Keep and the tavern that's inside called the Rook and Rose. And just as you guys are heading down the road, there is a tower parked in front of the keep. And he says, well, this is new. Huh. That wasn't there before when I was here last time. That's weird.
I think that's something you would remember. So
I
definitely.
wasn't that drunk. I mean...
I mean.
Okay. I'm usually not that drunk. I think I would remember a giant freaking tower in front of a keep if I let's just go. Maybe.
I would hope you would remember it. If you didn't remember it, then why are you teaching me?
Technically,
are your brains good, or do we need to look at your 401k and see how much you need to withdraw to settle down happily right now?
Oh jeez. Keep yapping, eh? Keep yapping. Keep yapping is gonna go down to 1 drink that's watered down considerably.
Oh, come on.
Come on, let's go. Gotta go, I'm gonna go tell the guard that we're here to get drink and not to start trouble. You're not
gonna pick a fight.
Don't pick a fight, even though...
I have nothing to gain from fighting right now.
Good. Good.
For now.
Yeah, and he starts telling you about these individuals who own the tavern, about the time that there was some big fight in the capital of the city, and you know there were some dragons. They took care of the dragons, etc., etc., etc. You know, I was a little too busy taking care of something else besides the dragon. Things like that. I could have taken down the dragon if I wanted to.
Oh, I have no doubt.
But
Were
you got
drunk then, or
I was probably 1 flask in at that point.
oh, okay, so not drunk.
Not that drunk. Hardly drunk. Enough to have my facilities. But yeah, let's. And he just starts telling you the story about how these folks saved the city and then went on to save the queen from dragon shit. He wasn't listening half the time about the dragon shit. So back in the tavern.
My question is this: does the story make us look better or worse than we actually were?
Let me see. He keeps it pretty truthful throughout.
Oh, okay.
He embellishes some shit like he punched a guy who got into another guy and the other guy exploded. Like, he embellishes his own shit. The punching the guy into another guy probably happened, though.
Okay.
But the explosion probably didn't happen.
That's fair.
Because people don't explode usually. Usually.
And usually not for no reason.
And they're usually not for low reason.
Who is this that Kay's new character is talking to?
He is one of the trinity of the treasure hunters. There was Ghost, there was Switch, and this is Ricochet.
Gotcha.
He's the one that you have the least conversational time with. All you
Okay.
know is this dude's a monk, and that's it.
Is he the one that we protected when we did that thing for the one treasure hunter thing?
I
Because
believe
there was a treasure
Ghost.
hunter person that had like a whip.
That was probably Ghost. Ghost is the doppelganger.
Okay, yeah, it was Ghost.
Yeah. Ricochet is a monk, and that's all you really know about him.
Okay.
He didn't really talk much to you guys. So yeah, you guys eventually go to the tavern. While in the tavern, I think it's Raine, the couple of you who are found. There's, well, Raine, you recognize him immediately. In a droopy wizard hat, already at the bar, looking at his cup. It's a very sad-looking Stefan.
I
Just
go
sitting
to
there.
him immediately.
Okay.
Say, welcome to the Rook and the Rose. And then I'll lean in. If any of those cats stay here, just guess. And then lean away.
Okay. They're not.
I need her.
They're not going to. Yeah, roll an intimidation. He's like part way into his cup already. Philip, the
I
ale
will
drink.
also point for this, just in case.
He's like,
Wow.
like, you staying in the tavern. I mean, they'll come home with, well, they'll come back with me, of course.
Any little intelligent kittens being born in a couple weeks. Or a couple more.
And Zaitari will walk up and just smile and place her arm around Raine's shoulder and say, "Yes, as Raine said, welcome to the Rook and the Rose. She's the Rook, I'm the Rose."
And like, as you guys are talking, you hear, and Stefan immediately freezes. He looks around. There are other cats around here. I don't need other cats around here right now.
Hi.
Yes,
It's just Medley and Callie.
So they don't talk.
No.
Okay, good.
No, they're normal, wonderful cats, and I'll go find Medley, and carry him on my shoulder, and just give him, like, big body pets. He takes it.
Okay. He like, you see Stefan peer at the cat.
No, you make Melanie. You make Mallory roll handling.
Nice to meet you all.
Hello.
Melody.
I haven't met you before, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
I don't suppose that your cats would want to meet anyone, would they? Maybe? Perhaps?
I mean, they always like yeah, yeah, we do. Oh no. And you see Stefan's already putting his head on the countertop.
What part of his body did that sound come from? Was it his hat?
It sounded like it came from in his robes. Like, and he's got a lot of, like, pockets in these robes.
Yeah, Raine, you've told us about what happened at the tower, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. Stefan, it's quite alright. So long as your brood goes back with you into the tower, they can roam the keep as they see fit, so long as they don't break anything. And the tavern as well.
Alright. I didn't know he snuck in. Henry? Is that you? You see a cat that's about a year old, like, pop his head out of one of the many pockets on this man's robes. Hi. Hello. Do you have any milk?
Just lose her mind.
Shaddoc is like, take all of the salmon. And like, you see Henry's eyes go like,
Oh, let's not do too much salmon at once. Henry, this is my daughter, Shaddoc,
Hi.
and she wanted to offer you a little bit of salmon.
He's already got a mouthful. What?
You're good. Fine. I love you.
Hi, I'm Henry. I'm a cat. Oh, Trestle. One of the wingless ones. Hi. You look like a fish. And Shaddoc's like, uh-huh. She's not sure how to take that. Okay. And Stefan's like, go, don't do anything, Henry. And Henry's like, what? Don't! No. And Henry's like, okay. And Stefan's like, if you do, I will tell your mother.
And Raine, Sato voice, where no one can hear, says, or we'll have some very nice new violin strings.
Henry, like, hops up. Still eating
Maybe
salmon. It says...
What's, I can't remember. Obviously there's Philip the Eldrake, but what's our, tavern keeper's name?
Wern.
Wern. Wern, if it would be alright, could you, get out a couple bowls of milk?
Yep, right away. You got it, boss. And he's already going and grabbing some milk. And Henry's sitting there. It's like, so, yeah. So, I'm here. Mom's here. Dad's here. There's a couple others now.
How many of you fit in that robe?
Well, they're back at the tower. I just snuck on.
Oh, I thought you meant they're all here.
Oh, no. They're still at the tower, unless you want me to go get them.
Well, Stefan.
That's quite alright.
I'll let it be a group decision. I do not mind if they come into the tavern. But Stefan, if you want a break, you are allowed to go into the keep and water the gardens. We do have lovely grounds.
That would be wonderful, says Stefan.
I do believe we also have, I can't quite remember his name. I don't really think I've actually met him. But Melanie, what's your daughter's magical tutor's name?
Kaelthorn.
Kaelthorn,
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
Sweet.
We have a few learned people on the premises as well, if you would like to chat with, some people who aren't cats.
That would be great. I think I'm gonna do that. Is it okay if I leave Henry here?
Yes, it's quite alright.
Henry is still eating salmon. There's like a piece that's on like a couple pieces are on some whiskers.
Oh god, how much salmon did we give this kitten? Like, it's just... Oh.
3 ounces is like a normal food serving. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. Getting the chin scratches.
Alright, so Stefan leaves. Ricky and you Ricky and you are approaching the Rook and Rose. You see a man in a pointed hat leave. He shrugs. Doesn't know him. And yeah, you and him just waltz in. You see Zaitari, Raine, Melanie, Shaddoc, an Eldrake who is kind of like lazily looking at things, a gnome bartender who is pouring out milk in saucers, and a cat who's stuffing his face full of what you can only imagine is smoked salmon. The rest of you see a bald individual in common clothes with like a bow staff on his back. And Kay, could you describe yourself?
Yeah, it's a 16-year-old girl. Not particularly large. She is... What did I put for her height? She's only 5'3". She looks a little bit on the slender side. She's got kind of like mussy platinum blonde hair and very fashion forward. You know how those teen fashion influencers are. They gotta look in tip-top shape every single time, and she is no different. So she's kind of dressed to the nines in a completely unnecessary way for going into a bar. Like, really snazzy all-black outfit, some beautiful, kind of crazy-looking jewelry, this big, wide-brimmed hat. Think like fashionable hipster witch.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
Kind of situation. She does have like a big bullwhip wrapped up and attached to one hip, and otherwise she is just carrying like a really thin little backpack. Not a whole lot on her person.
Human or
Human.
okay?
And this is the
picture onto Roll20.
Yes,
maybe.
please. I want to see it. Give art.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of her whole vibe. Very arrogant the way she kind of like saunters in.
Do you have the full picture as well?
On my work computer.
Ah, damn it. Okay. I want to see it. It looks nice.
I will see if I have it saved on my enormous Pinterest board. I might.
okay.
Now I think that at least a couple of us, not Melanie, I don't think, but I think a couple people had at some point met the Trinity. Do they recognize?
You guys, Raine and Zaitari for sure would briefly remember Ricochet. He showed up like once during the battle in Valido with Switch. So you recognize him, but like I said, you probably didn't have too much interaction with him.
Yeah.
And he walks in, he looks at the cat, looks at all of you, looks at the Eodrake, of which
Zaitari will just kind of cock her head to the side and say, like she's like squinting and thinking.
It'd be like a nod, you know?
Oh, he nods. Hey.
Ricochet?
Oh, Zaitari, Raine. I just came to stop by for a drink. My friend and I were passing by. This is...
Aoife.
Yeah, this is Aoife. Aoife, this is Raine. This is Zaitari. That's Melanie. She wasn't at the battle, but,
She was.
Yo.
The Battle for Leona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
she was
remember
there. She was, okay. These are the guys I told you with the dragon and the guys in the palace and all that other good stuff. But they didn't make a guy explode by punching him.
I probably could.
Sure you could, honey.
Thank you.
I mean, now with all of your magical items, I do think you could probably make somebody explode by punching them. If you got a particularly good hit in.
I mean, I will say that without my magical items, it would be a little bit more difficult, but... honestly, Raine is really good at making things that tend to explode with a little bit of force, so we could make it happen even without magical items. Just throwing that out there.
True.
Yeah, I can see it.
Well, anyways, do come in.
Thank you.
You are, of course, free to drink as you like.
Yeah. But yeah, just showing her around, this is Leona, this is a tavern, it's not in the mountains.
It's very educational. I'm learning so much. I'm so glad I left the monastery for this.
He just looks at you, like, deadpan in the face, and he's just like...
I look at him the exact same way.
There's no insight check needed for that.
Oh no, yeah, I just hear it in the tone.
Yeah, you just see, he's like, and he says back, I'm so happy I agreed to take you along.
We're
on
such
this...
best friends. This is such a healthy relationship between two people.
Such great friends.
And Zaitari will, sense, what's going on here. If you are actually learning, eager to learn something, we have quite a few tutors on the premises, and a librarian who's always eager to teach.
And Ricochet is just like, oh no.
Our librarian would eat her alive, please.
Yeah, I'm out here developing my own, stuff, so...
developing
that's-
your own.
Fighting style.
Oh, that's ooh. Does it involve swords?
It can, yeah.
I'm going to guess by the monastery comment that it's more of the punchy rather than the stabby.
Well,
It's usually the quick, fast, punchy. It's not nearly as fun.
and for this one specifically, the weapon matters less. That's not the focus.
What's the focus?
Intent.
Ricochet's already at the bar getting a drink. He's just kind of like did the little sidestep, and he's already talking to Wern about getting something. He's already ordering you something too. So
He's already pawned her off on us. He's like, yeah, it's free.
yeah, he's like, okay, she is distracted. Time to get some alcohol.
I will say I love your outfit. It's very nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The people at the monastery don't really care that much about fashion.
And then
Yes, I can only imagine.
and then Elfie, you hear from with a very full mouth. You hear, yeah, it looks like you have claws. And there's a cat.
Thank you. That's what I wanted.
It looks like you have claws?
Yeah, that's what that's what Henry says.
I wanted to look like I had claws. People are less likely to bother you if you look like you have claws. That's what I've learned.
He nods and keeps on eating salmon.
Unflappable. That's always handy.
There is already in front of Ricochet one of the drinks that Wern has been developing. He calls it a pina colossus. It is a pineapple hollowed out, filled with rum, coconut cream, and pineapple juice. And usually it's shared, but he just gets one for Ale while he gets his own. He just sips there and starts talking to Philip and Ron.
I can appreciate that. And I'm so sorry. That's Mallory coughing. I'm so sorry. What's your name again? Mine is Zaitari.
My name is Aoife.
Aoife. Okay. Well, Aoife, welcome to our tavern, and I will gesture to myself and Raine.
It's a lovely tavern.
Thank you. Feel free to order whatever you like.
Oh, he's paying for me.
Tomorrow, or depending on how long you're staying, later, if you wanted to work on that fighting style against, different fighting styles, I'm always happy to assist in hitting people for, a reason. Or no reason, but usually a reason. So
It's less frowned upon if you can say there's a reason.
It is. It really is. They tend to not be nearly as upset in general.
That's what I've learned. Yeah.
Yes, you have been, and this is not supposed to mean anything bad, but it has been very domestic lately, so I'm sure Melody's itching for a fight.
Yeah,
And you don't look like you're made of, you're not a shark, so...
I am not a
breaking any
shark. That
promises.
is true.
Yes.
That is true. Unless there's something the monastery is keeping me on that too. Ricky? Huh? Am I a shark?
No, you're not a shark, as far as I know.
As far as you, let's go higher up. I want to talk to your manager, Ricky.
God, it's a carrot surplus.
I left too. I just came back every once in a while, and then you decide. Keeps on drinking his pina colossus. Effie, what's your character's name again?
It's Aoife.
Aoife, there is,
It's Irish, so
okay.
made up.
Aoife, you see a Triton child, you know, kind of like look at you, and then she just looks you kind of up and down, and
I do a peace sign at her.
yeah, she's like, I really like your hat.
Thank you.
Mom, can I
Make
get
it
a
a
hat like
color.
that?
It's a great illusion. When you're short, get a big hat.
Yes, I mean, if you want to have a hat, we could probably go into town and go hat shopping. Maybe Aoife could give us some hat tips. I mean, like she mentioned, big hat.
I don't know what kind of tips you want. Big hat makes you look bigger. Tight hat makes your head look real weird.
That's already more than I knew about hats.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How old are you?
Uh,
When was your situation where you didn't get access to hats?
oh, it just wasn't a big thing. I was more interested in, martial practice than hats. Also, my hair is spectacular, so I tend to not want to mess it up.
Right, okay. Sure. Whatever you say, ma'am.
Golden hat.
6. Melanie is 26.
Still 10 years older than me.
It's okay. Some people don't have.
Ma'am, there's like a weird, there's like a faraway look in Melanie's eyes, like she sees her own mortality stretch out in front of her, and she's just like, huh.
Yeah, Zaitari is kind of like analyzing the outfit that Aoife has on, and is gonna go for something like this to match, like, comfy casual, probably also a big wide brim hat to match, because Mask of Many Faces, and just change the outfit whenever she wants. And she kind of looks at herself and goes, this is quite nice.
It's a look. I like it.
Yeah.
What's the legal drinking age around here?
You see your word
I
from
thought
the
if you get caught.
yeah, word from the bar from the bar says, yeah, pretty much as long as you're not her age, and he points to Shaddoc, we pretty much serve anybody.
Sweet. I like that.
I mean, they'll serve her, it's just juice.
Milk, juice. Usually for her, she likes the mango juice we get imported. I make yeah. If you want, let's see, besides the Pina Colossus I have here, I also have, if you're a little more on like the spicy side, I have Halalinka I've been working on. It's like a fruit brandy with hot peppers. I'm experimenting.
Yeah,
Ooh,
sure.
Can I have some?
Yeah, of course. I still need to, Wern says I still need to tweak it. Philip here, and he points to the ale drake. He's been taste testing it for me. I think I need some like cloves or star anise to put in this to make it complete, but you can have the working model for sure. And he starts like getting a couple jalapenos out and starts mixing it up.
Well,
At this
we can
point,
always
Melanie
add
turns
that.
to Raine, and her eyes just look lost. She says, if I don't want spicy liquor, am I old? Does this make me old?
That would make you not having raging hormones and pointlessness.
Okay. Whew.
Melanie, also, you're not old. I'm older
Thank
than
you.
you. It's fine.
Oh, it's just different, I guess, sometimes.
And of course, Shaddoc gets a cup of mango juice that Wern has set out, and her and Henry and Philip start chatting. Henry, after he finishes his portion of salmon, starts telling Shaddoc, we were heading down there here, and it should have taken a month, but then we ran into, like, a really big turtle, and then Stefan had to, like, circumnavigate around a turtle, and then, but Mom, she got, like, pregnant again, so we had to stop for that, and now I have
How
6...
inbred are these cats at this point? Let's be honest.
It's
Well, there's the breeding pair, so.
Yeah. So they've been
True.
having a lot of kids. So now I have 6 other brothers and sisters, and they've been driving me nuts. Yeah.
Well, that does make sense. You are one of the older brothers, so.
Yeah, like, one of them cast a, like, was it magic missile, so then, and, like, one of the gears stopped working, so then we had to, like, stop and get that repaired, so it took a long time for us to get here. So Stefan said it took many more months. It should only taken like a month to get here.
Oh, it's quite all right. We were
Sorry,
a bit
a
busy,
kitten
so this is
was
good
casting
timing.
magic missile?
Yeah, so usually around he starts counting his paws. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. About 3 to 4 months in, we start learning like cantrips. But one of the new kittens, he's really, really smart and casted magic missile, and it hit the gears in the tower, and we had to wait for a replacement. It's really hard to get gears that size teleported to the castle, to the tower.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really good salmon. Is there more?
Well, would your brothers and sisters like to have a little bit? Would you share?
Yeah, sure. I'll go get them. He just hops off the counter. I'll be right back.
Here's a query for you.
Okay.
Would it be weird for pastries to meet some, like, genetic cousins who talk? Or would it be awkward? I don't know. Don't know if she'd love it or find it weird.
I don't
It'd be
know,
like-
because it would be like talking, like it would be like a human talking to a smart monkey.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there are whole movies about how that's not always the best idea. But,
Yeah, it's true.
huh.
I mean, Shaddoc seems like a little right now, so
Yeah. I think I will not mention it just in case it would be awkward.
So, like, Shaddoc sits next to, oh my fucking god! Oh, fuck. What's your name again, Kay? I'm sorry. I'm having... Aoife. Aoife.
It's okay. The Irish names have a ton of vowels, and they don't make the sounds you think they would make.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I look at the name, and I'm like, Aoife.
yeah, no. Like Siobhan is,
Siobhan.
yep. Love that name too. I love Irish names. They're so
beautiful.
weird. They're beautiful, but they are spelt weird to the English.
Okay.
Sensibility.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Sometimes I know that it helps me if I see it written phonetically, so I don't know if that's how my brain works, at least.
Ro, are you still around? I assume.
Probably fell asleep.
That's okay. I figured. Yeah, it's cool. What was I gonna say? Right. So, Shaddoc sits next to Aoife, with her little glass of mango juice, and she's like looking at you, and she's like, "How do you? So, like." And she like looks at her hands and then looks at your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "So when Mom and Mama fight, like
Uh-huh.
those don't get in the way Like
No.
what? Like they hold things, and then their fingers they get like together like this. She makes the fist around something like glass motion. Like they don't hurt when you like grab a handle.
So, a lot of times when I'm fighting people, I'm just using my hands.
Okay.
I can use this, and I pat the whip. And when I use it, I'll admit, if I have all my rings on, I have to look like an asshole when I'm holding it. I won't lie. And I
Okay.
kind of demonstrate with like my index finger like extended up and like all my fingers kind of like spaced out weird, like Voldemort holding his wand.
Mhm.
Oh.
Like, it
That's
looks
a
real
great
stupid.
visual. I can
It
see it.
looks super dumb, but it works. But usually I'm just out here slapping people.
Okay.
Open hand chops right across the chest.
She just stared. Okay. Hmm.
I can also
That's
kick him, but I'm kind of short, so that makes it harder.
That's a really big whip.
I mean, it's a whip.
That's true. I've used whips before. I know how to use them. Do you think you could show me how you use that? I've just never seen one so long, so I'm not sure how it would work.
I'm sure. I mean, it's mostly just like a normal whip. I like the bull whip because it's got a nice little crack. You know?
That's very true. It is a very satisfying sound.
So that's why I use this sucker, because I just, those good old serotonins, it gets them flowing.
Rain, you see like Shaddoc goes up to you, like tugs at your shirt.
Lean over. Like,
Mama, can I get a whip like that?
No.
I know when we went up on our California trip to the Golden Country, my dad bought me a whip. So yes. No, that's not what Rain says. It's like a toy whip, but it cracked really well, and it could cut you.
Yeah, whips are no
Yeah,
joke,
yeah.
even when they're like made for small people.
I was like, what the fuck did you do, Dad? That's kind of an advanced weapon.
Okay.
Think about it.
Okay. Goes back next to Aoife.
Yeah, it's Rain because Rain would say yes more than Melanie.
Probably.
I love the fact that she did not just come and ask me, which I really thought was coming.
So
She might have said yes.
So and Shaddoc says, so what if you have to hit something in the water? Like a big shark that attacks your boat.
Well, I'd either wait for it to get out of the water, or I also got these, and I pull off my backpack and I rub it around. I pull out the little darts that I got.
Ooh.
They're not like super effective, but like their range. Usually, here's the thing: I'm pretty quick. I'm fast enough that I can run on top of water. So I can just run on top of the shark, sit on it, and then just start throat punching it from the side.
I heard that punching their noses is the most effective.
Maybe, but it's more fun to hit from the side.
Oh my god, I love that art. It's given me like kind of I can't remember Talison's character's name from the Monster Hearts one shot, but those kind of
Yeah.
vibes.
Yes, that's kind of what I was going for. But like, artsy, hipstery,
Yeah.
witchy teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And like Shaddoc will go like in your direction, Rain. Mama, can you run on water? You're really fast.
Yes, she can now because she has the.
Yes, Shaddoc, I can. It's paid off already. They have made me look full bastard teenager in front of us.
I can do all sorts of cool stuff, but maybe I'll show you sometime.
I
As
like that.
long as you, one, promise not to ever attempt it, and two, if you ever do attempt it, you promise not to say it's because I inspired you.
Okay.
Deal.
Yay.
Yay.
And I look at Melanie and Raine. I can't get in trouble, you just heard it.
I've tried that before. They don't let me
Did
get away with it either.
hear it.
Listen, as long as it doesn't cause random explosions out in the garden, I think we'll be okay with it.
My garden,
What
I
are you
paid
talking
for.
about?
Oh, I don't do explosion stuff. That's not me. Don't gotta read
Explosions are very fun.
They are, but I don't do those.
Not when it's children and not when it's chemically induced.
At this point, there are, let's see, how many in total?
I'm guessing.
There
18?
are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the 6. There are 11 cats that waltz into the tavern.
Okay.
What's drunk in the brings this becomes a cat bar.
Let's see, 5 of them are adult cats. 6 of them look like they're a couple months old. And Wern just looks down, starts going to get more saucers of milk, and says, "Is there anything you want to eat?" And the female cat, Annabelle, says, "If you have some dried fish, that would be quite lovely." And he's like, "I'll see what I can do," and goes to the back. Shaddoc hops down from her bar stool and starts talking to the cats. Ricochet is now on his second Pina Colossus.
Get it, Ricky?
I mean, these are really strong. I mean, I think by 5 I should be hammered, but I think I won't. I won't. I don't want to be hammered right now.
No, I wouldn't either. Too many cats here. If they pass out, they might think you're dead, and then they'll eat you.
It's true.
You know, that happened to Sifu once. He kept a lot of cats, and then it was, well, Sifu Liang. That's what happened. That's what I heard happened to him. He had a lot of cats, and
I
then
believe it.
yeah, he had a lot of The story is he had a lot of cats. He didn't come to training like one morning, and then some of his students went to his cottage, and they found him under a lot of cats, and he was kind of partially eaten.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, if I ever get to teacher status, I am not keeping that many cats. Maybe, you think hamsters would be safer?
If I ever get to teacher status, I want to keep pigs, so at least they're efficient about it. Cats take forever.
Assuming you do ever get to teacher status.
I am on my way.
Not with that attitude, you're not. Anyways, he continues to drink his drink. But yeah, we're
Always get pet pigs. They'll clean up after you better than anyone else.
So Wern comes out with saucers of milk and some dried fish he actually found, like those like tiny little fish snacks you find at Asian supermarkets.
Oh, they're so good.
Yes, and some dried squid. And Wern says, "Can I get anybody else anything? Another jalapeno linka, maybe a I've got a let's see.
I'd like another of those brandies.
Okay,
Yeah,
will
I'll
do.
take one of those, and I'll take an ale.
Okay, sounds good. If you want, we have a
Actually, do you have an ale that would pair well with this if there was a shot dropped in?
Better question. Do you have pickle juice?
I do have pickle juice.
Can I have a shot of pickle juice?
Yeah, sure. I'll get you a shot of pickle juice. And a shot that would pair well with the brandy. Let me see. Well, maybe. Maybe a. I'm thinking. Maybe a flaming dragon would work. Let me go get one. It's a little. It has a kick to it, but kind of like that cinnamon kick. So let me go grab one of those.
I love a good kick.
Yeah, he will go and grab those things. Ricochet is just kind of just like, since since you're not really like talking to him at this point, Aoife, he's kind of like just chilling out, talking to Wern and Philip whenever whenever they, whenever Wern's not serving drinks. Shaddoc is there with her third, this time orange juice, and
I will start making sure that the juice doesn't become like a lot of juice. It's gonna eventually be too much sugar.
Yeah, also stomach ache. That's a lot of acid.
Yeah.
She is gonna be shitting tonight.
Schworn will switch over to water whenever you tell him to. But like Shaddoc says to Aoife, so like, how long are you gonna be here?
I don't know. I don't know if the intention is to stay. I don't know if the intention is to pop by briefly, say hi, and then go on our way. I wasn't told these things.
Ricochet just shrugs. We're playing it by ear. It's like,
So who knows? Your guess is as good as mine.
okay. So you say you can like punch a shark.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever so Mama and Mom, they told me they were in like this place called the Feywild, and there were these really, really, really big cows, like bigger than the keep. And do you think you can punch one of those?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, I can punch ghosts, so like why
You
not
can punch
a cow?
ghosts?
Yeah.
Mom, she can punch ghosts.
That is very impressive.
How do you punch a ghost? Do you have to be really fast?
Not so much fast. It's more like being real focused. It takes a lot of training to get to that point because, like, everybody's got these energies inside of them that help you do special things. That's why someone's a really good, like, fighter. It's because they're focusing their energies in the right way. I can focus my energies to let me punch a ghost.
That actually would be fairly useful.
Punching a ghost. Huh.
Yeah.
So, what have you punched besides ghosts?
Lots of people.
Okay.
Just like normal people. A lot of them. Because when you're training, like, you gotta punch people.
Mm-hmm.
You're training with other people. Some, like, kind of scary monster beast thingies. I think there was there snake people? Or was that just, like, the good shit that one night, Ricky?
No, but we did punch that boulette while we were going through Robert.
I do remember the boulette. The
Yeah.
boulette's is like this big armor.
Yeah.
The bulldog thing.
Yeah, they're desert sharks, I guess. That's what they call them.
Punch those.
And then there was that time, well, we came across that purple worm that one time.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I turned a purple worm into a sheep.
That's impressive.
Thank
I can't
you.
turn anything into a sheep.
I think that's it when we were together. I don't know what you were up to before, like, we started walking around, besides punching all those bandits.
In the non-monastery sanctioned things, I've gotten up to some fun stuff. Nothing too crazy, because I had to, stay local or else I'd miss curfew. But,
Yeah,
like
did they change the curfew? Last time it was like 8. Did they make it like earlier these days or something?
For me, it was 4:30.
Oh, well that's you.
I multiple times I did a punch and run on a tree. That's really funny because they don't move super quick. So a treant's like a living tree, right? You go up, you just sock it real hard, and then just run away, and you just hear behind you trying to chase you, but it can't keep up. It's great.
But did it have skulls? Says Shaddoc. Because Mama and Mom, there's a tree they told me that threw skulls.
No skulls on that one.
I remember that tree. That tree was a bastard.
Most trees that can move are bastards.
It grappled me and lifted me up into the air, but then I used magic to teleport myself away.
That's very handy. I can't teleport either. I'd like to work on that.
There's magic items that'll let you do it.
Yeah, I suppose. None of the stuff I've managed to collect does it, but that's okay.
Well, you're a monk, you're fast on your feet, right?
I am.
I will say one of the magic items I use does let me just throw myself through the air with... It's awesome. So awesome.
That sounds cool.
Mm.
My little trinkets that I've managed to collect over time, one lets me punch better. One lets me see at night, because I've got stupid little human eyes. I got a fancy whip. That's real nice. I got these, and I knock the, gray iron bracers that I'm wearing. Give me a little boost, make me a little harder to hit. Stuff like that, nothing fancy.
If you want better stuff, you should fight a money dragon, says Shaddoc.
That sounds really fun, actually. Where can I find money dragons?
In the Feywild.
I want to go to the Feywild sometime. I feel like I could keep up with those silly little archfey and their mixers.
You know, we killed an archfey.
That also sounds like fun. I'm so bored of this plane.
Oh, you might not be so bored of this plane once you actually start plane hopping.
I wouldn't know. I've never done it. So.
Yeah, Mom's been to the shadow. Oh, Mama, you went to the Underdark, right? And she's looks at she's looking at you, Raine. Remember you told me there were a lot of creepy things, and there was this guy with a sweater with the tentacles on his face?
That one was pretty nice, actually.
Oh.
Alright, I'm thinking of the woman.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that was the Illithid, right? Who gave you stuff in exchange for your hair?
Nails.
Fingernail clippings.
And milk.
That's it. That's it. Yep. Definitely that won't come into play at some point.
Oh yeah, we're fine. No one's tracking us or going to possess us, definitely.
Nope, it'll be totally fine. Yes, there were beholders and lots of things that wanted to kill us down there.
I wish I could have been there.
Mom and Mama kill lots of big things. Tell me lots of stories, and Philip tells me more stories.
Yes,
I do
Zaitari's there
homework,
too, thank
so-
you. Shut up.
I'm excited to do something that's not homework.
we could just have Ricochet says we can just have an extended stay around here. It sounds like these guys, they fought lots of crazy stuff.
It'd be a fantastic way to experiment with my new fighting style.
Well, we're currently still on vacation for the next
Okay.
couple of months. But certainly, since we've met, we can always get in magical contact with you.
Sure, yeah.
At this point, the cats are now roaming around the bar area and the sitting area. A couple of them,
Are they being polite to the non-intelligent cats?
they're being polite, but some of the younger cats are doing that thing, where they look at a salt shaker and they just knock it on the floor.
Yeah. Coda does that.
Yeah.
He'll just look at something and
Yeah.
I can tell he gets that look in his eye and I'm like, Coda. And he taps it a bit. I'm like, Coda! Then he stops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these guys, the younger ones just kind of make eye contact and just knock it all over.
I will say to the young cats, if you don't behave, you will have to go back to the tower.
Meow.
I know you can understand me,
Meow.
and I know you can talk, too.
Meow.
Maybe they can't yet.
Henry says, no, they can.
Oh, okay.
I learned how to talk when I was 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
That seems about right for cats aging.
And you see, like, Annabelle, the mom cat, just gives them that, like, cold stare, and they just like, alright, yeah, Mom.
Mm-hmm. We all know that look.
Yes.
Yeah, at some point I'll just take out my canoe and start playing a song. Just
Okay.
to get some music going in the tavern.
Alright.
But
Alright, so you guys hang around. Ricochet says, I think I'm just gonna... Is there a place I can crash for tonight? I mean, do you guys have rooms here?
we do.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a room. I'll grab one for you too, Aoife. I'll just come up
Sounds good.
whenever.
Yep, that's the plan.
Alright. See you in the morning. Goes upstairs.
How's Stefan doing? Because at some point
Yeah, he
I'll
comes.
go back
He
and just
comes.
keep him-
Yeah, he comes back
check on him.
eventually, and he looks a little happier. And then
That's
he
good.
sees the 11 cats. All right, guys, it's time to go. Time to hit the hay. And you guys start hearing complaining, and Stefan's like, "No, it's time to go. Let's go. We need to get the young ones into bed. It's their bedtime, and probably have to use the litter box too. So come on." And he goes to use Zaitari and the rest of you and says, "Thank you for letting me hang out with a fellow academic scholar. We'll probably be sticking around here for a little bit, so if you need anything in the tower, just let me know. You have an extensive library, and the older ones," and he like scritches Annabelle behind the ear, "they actually know a lot of stuff."
Well, I'm
What
sure
a
Nenrine would be
gardener.
interested.
Oh, yeah, that too. Gardner that might like to peruse some of your books. They're doing some research.
Oh yes, that
Nope.
too.
No problem.
I also might do a little bit of research myself, just to see what you might have, or at the very least, ask Nenrine to take a look for some things.
All right, you're more than welcome to. I mean, if I can get out of the tower once in a while, that's gonna be great. Maybe I should try contacting my ex-wife again. And he's mumbling to himself as this gaggle of cats follows him out of the tavern.
Oh my god, I forgot about the ex-wife. That was so sad. This poor man.
But yeah, Shaddoc starts falling asleep on her bar stool.
I carry her inside and
Okay.
take her to bed.
All right. All right. Anybody else want to do anything for tonight?
Nope, I think just going to bed. And,
Okay.
I'll talk to Nenrine. Ask them if they could take a look for any old one-related material.
Okay.
So,
All right.
since we are looking for information for that one that's to the south that I just can't remember the name of right now.
All right.
We're gonna let our feral librarian out.
Yep. Well, it's into a different library, He needs more books.
Okay.
I'm assuming we attempt occasionally to get him in, like, go into the garden or something, and he just hisses at us and hides deeper in the books.
This is what Nenrine has become. Just a feral librarian.
Yep.
In their defense, they did almost die like 4 times on one adventure one time. So,
Oh, that was the first meeting. That was the
First meeting,
fight.
first meeting, he went to an orphanage with you guys, and then almost died like 4 or 5 times.
Yep. Kept
Within like
bringing
8
him back
hours.
up. Yep. He got knocked down, but he got up again multiple times.
He tried to cast confusion to help himself. He confused himself because it's an area.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
in his defense, the outside world's not been nice to him, but
No, it has not.
Yeah.
The
Alright.
time he was outside, it was not great.
So I assume you guys, I mean, Aoife, if you want to hang around with the people who have killed Archfey. Like, Ricochet will, like, you know, occasionally bring you back, have you guys tell, like, you know, listen to stories. If you take her up for it, maybe spar with Melanie. I can only imagine how that goes.
Oh yeah, I'm Ethan's very interested in spending time with these far more interesting people.
Of course. Zaitari, you have an award ceremony to go to in Gen.
I do.
Yes, you do. Around month 10.
Mm-hmm.
Are you inviting the entire party, or are you just gonna go with Tegan?
Oh no, absolutely. I'm inviting the entire party.
Okay.
And you know, since Aoife seems to like to have fun, I would invite Aoife as well. So
essentially, you're taking all these people to the Met Gala. Okay.
Oh, is it the Met Gala?
Pretty
Is that
much.
Oh, okay.
Aoife can help style everyone.
I mean, if they're gonna let me,
They'll let you.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
So, and I mean, I imagine, you know, Aoife seems to be a pretty vain teenager, as some teenagers tend to be. So I imagine, you know, she would think it's cool and be on her best behavior.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a swanky affair. You get the whole, like, 9 yards with the gift basket, with the gift bags, with all the latest stuff. It's the who's who of Pondera is there. From nobility, a lot of the artists, a lot of premier artists, including musicians, including you know, like, artists of all aspects of life. Couple authors, you know, come out. It's a really nice affair. Unfortunately, Zaitari, you did not win Outstanding Artist of the Year award.
Those fuckers.
Breakout artist. No. Unfortunately, the Ice Queen has beat you to it.
Ah!
Oh.
I'll
You're again.
reluctantly
Yeah.
be okay with it.
Alright. You do get Best Supporting Artist.
Ooh, the resentment.
I'm gonna network the shit out of this event, by the way.
Okay. But just to let you know, you earn from working with, like, the other nobility an additional 2,000 gold pieces.
Maybe.
For your working with the nobles and royalty during your private concerts. So yeah, yeah, but you can network the shit out of stuff, so you can get I mean, on top of the performances you're already done, you can, you know, probably, if you want, we can get you an agent. If you think you need one. Take care of all that booking and stuff for you.
Yeah, she'll take one that she knows will be very selective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, the adventuring lifestyle leaves one busy for periods of time.
Yep.
So they will have to realize that sometimes contracts will have to get renegotiated, canceled, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Rescheduled or renegotiated, canceled. Oh my god, the words, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's almost 11, so I get it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not that. It's just words are always hard for me. So yeah, but selective understanding of the lifestyle that I currently lead. Don't know when I'm gonna have to pick up and go do something to save the world. Yada yada yada.
Right.
But yeah, she would take on an agent.
Okay. So, skipping down to month 11. If anybody has anything they want to do.
here's the thing, DM. This spyglass thing that's in Southern Iron Fast.
Yep.
Is that like this is something done during the time skip, or is that something we go off and do?
We can do this during the time skip if you want to take the month to do that.
I'll offer anyone who would like to come.
All right.
Sorry, because she mentioned it.
Yeah, I can come.
Okay.
If invited, you will come.
Okay. You guys, so let me grab the... So, in Southern Robur, ironically enough, at the Red River town in South Ironfast, this was the last known location of what was known as the burglar's lens. Kismet describes it as a crystal lens that it was secured with a brass wire attached to a foot-long handle. This lens is certain amount of times a day you can see through 4 inches of wood, 1 inch of solid brass, bronze, iron, or steel within 5 feet of you. Any other opaque substance blocks the vision. You can see dark vision up to 5 feet, but and you can identify mimics for what they are.
Ooh.
This was most useful for him for safe cracking. In his day, but you could probably use it for other things. Now, he does say if in a pinch you can do this. He's never used it himself because it's still intact. You can shatter the lens as a... I'm going to just let you know what it does in game mechanics. You can shatter the lens as a bonus action, weakening the sight of your enemies, such as patrolling guards. Up to 10 creatures of your choice within 120 feet and suffer a penalty to their perception checks for 10 minutes. He never used it, obviously, because that would involve shattering the burglar's lens. Apparently when you get to the spot where you have to search for it, it's in the bottom of a lazy river. There is now a river where it once was. And he's like, that wasn't there when I was here. No, could be in the dirt too. That sucks. So, how would you get something at the bottom of a river that could possibly be under maybe so many feet of river mud?
Yeah. If you gave Zaitari a day, she'd be able to take locate object at the very least, so that she could pinpoint the location.
Is there anything? Is it like there's now a river over building, a temple? That's Kismet.
So he had hid it in a safe house. And looking over old maps, you figured, oh, this is where the safe house was. That's in the middle of a river now, because this guy's like thousands of years old.
Yeah.
So natural formation of the land. And yeah, Zaitari, your locate objects it's in the river somewhere.
Yeah. If I were to swim to the bottom of it, is it below the bottom of the river?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to look at my spells.
Seeing how far.
I'm not sure exactly what I can do to help with this, because I don't know if I have anything that can, move water or whatever. Take a look. Move up to 7th level.
By the way, Aoife, they've been talking to a gem about this during your travels. Yeah. It's one of those things. Talking
I have
gems.
an idea. Okay. Now I just need to come up with a beast that would be appropriate for this.
Or something, maybe.
1 second. I need to, because I think polymorph can solve this problem. I just need up to CR 14, 15. Sorry, with level 15, and a beast with a swim speed or a burrowing, either works. Burrow, swim, save. Okay, let's see what do we got. Okay, huge giant crab.
Yeah, that would probably work.
Giant crocodile could do it.
Do they burrow?
No, I did think that have a swim speed or a burrow speed, so I'm seeing what. Giant coral snake.
Giant
working my
octopus
way-
could be useful too.
It could be, yeah. I'm just working my way down the CR list to see what has a swim plus a burrow speed, but I'm not really finding anything. Swarm of beetles. Okay, let's see. Giant badgers can burrow.
It didn't have it, but I feel like a giant beaver would be something like that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Some monkeys. They specifically go swimming to dig for food.
Yeah, so basically there's badger, giant badger, and swarm of beetles, but that doesn't mean that a crab can't dig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
pretty
like
sure.
a giant crab.
Yeah,
Well,
crab.
there's a hulking crab too. That's a huge creature. So you could probably use your claws as like just fucking shovel.
Yeah, there's a huge giant crab and a hulking crab. So one is CR8 and one is CR5. So I'll just kind of step back as I'm thinking about what can work. And who wants to be a massive crab?
I would assume the teenager is immensely interested in it, and then I'll say I'll do it.
So Aoife's not interested?
Aoife's down for whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
She doesn't fear. She doesn't fear anything. She doesn't fear God. She doesn't fear death.
well, I've turned Raine into
We've
a
said
giant
she's-
badger before, so
Oh yeah, that did happen.
she knows how to dig. So I'll go Raine. Any particular color you want to be as a crab?
No, let's do a whole spectrum.
Wonderful. Rainbow crab it is. Bing, and I will cast polymorph and turn you into a hulking giant crab.
Remembering how it felt to be a giant badger, I just think I was fixing in my mind where Zaitari has told me to dig and what I'm doing. Digging
Okay.
For...
Alright, so you begin digging. You are a giant crab, so it probably takes you, given how far crabs can dig, it's a tiny crab, so a giant crab would probably be... Okay.
And keep in mind, this is a huge creature.
Yeah.
Not just large.
So the water displaces a little bit. There are a couple people, like, on the shore just being like, the fuck is that? And then Raine goes down. Raine, roll an investigation check while you're down there.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Perfect. It's great.
Yeah, I was thinking like a rainbow
Let's
iridescent
say, what
shell.
is
So.
I assume the crab is not that intelligent.
I think it had actually. I think it wasn't terrible. 1 minute. Let me open that back up again. now time for crab. Yeah, it's a 1.
Hey,
Oh, yeah. Giant crab is 1.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad at all.
That's a -5 to intelligence.
Oh. Wow.
Instead of the instead of the huge giant crab, how about we just do the hulking crab? Because that has a 3 for its intelligence, which isn't as bad. So it's only a -4.
Yeah, it's still huge though, so it would be similarly sized.
I would also give the giant crab inspiration,
Okay.
Liz?
which is 10. It should be a 10. Let me check.
We evened it out. We got it back to a 12.
Okay. So it takes...
Yep.
It takes about 45 minutes of digging around.
Okay.
Until you find the burglar's lens. So let me just give you the specs for that. So yeah, it's pretty much all in a day's work. You get it? It's there. Might have to put that on a handout or something, but yeah. You find it. It's a nifty little trinket that you can use to look through things and to look for mimics if you come across many mimics.
You thrown any mimics at us yet? 'Cause I know Mallory did in her game, and it was not fun.
I don't think I've given you guys any mimics yet.
They're so much fun.
They
can
are
be anything.
They could be anything. They could be, like that joke. You walk into the bar, it starts laughing.
Yeah. You walk
Walk
into
to a bar. Oh,
tell the
joke.
joke. Yep.
Bartender laughed, I laughed, the table laughed, killed the table.
Yep.
I think yours was a wall, wasn't it? Like a whole wall.
It was a ceiling.
It was a ceiling, right?
Yep.
Alright. So you find that pretty easy jaunt for the day. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's I mean, it's only challenge rating 2 apparently.
I feel like that's a little low.
That's kind of low for
Oh, well, it doesn't do a lot of damage. I would personally make it hit way harder.
Yeah, I mean,
I've reworked
if it's gotten big enough to be a ship, it's definitely like go fuck you up.
Oh yeah. 1d8? No, that's at least 5d8 probably.
Okay. So yeah, eventually you guys spend next month 11 looking for the burglar's lens, trying to get Kismet out of his soul gem, hanging out with Aoife, styling, profiling, that kind of thing.
She's been sparring with Melanie if she wants.
Oh yeah.
Lots of sparring with
She
Melanie.
definitely does.
Actually, a spar between Melanie and Aoife, I think Melanie still fucking wins.
It probably comes based upon, though it's a level 10 one, it probably comes down to initiative. Initiative could fuck Melanie over.
I do have resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage.
Also, if Melanie wasn't using her sword, then she would have a little bit less of an advantage. I think that it would probably be a pretty weird fight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with no items, Aoife would take me easily.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a lot of plus to strength in my items. But
Yeah.
with my items, it would probably be a close fight.
Yeah, the bonus that Aoife has is super mobile, because I'm a drunken master.
Right, yeah.
So I can disengage constantly, and I have my primary weapon is a whip, which has reach, so I don't have to be close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
True.
It's at month 11. You guys are all chilling at the keep, doing your thing. When Chambers comes to find you, Melanie.
Oh
Okay.
my god, what is that tone?
Chambers says, and you're probably, it's probably a little bit after Shaddoc's had her lesson that you maybe Raine are probably hanging out with her when Chambers says, Sir Melanie, can I speak to you, for a moment?
Of course.
Okay. So there's... I didn't know whether to let them in. I asked them to wait outside. The guards are keeping an eye on them. There's a band outside of soldiers, and their leader specifically asked to see Sir Tuoven. I don't know what they want, but
Did they give a name?
He merely says that his name is... Let me get the name. You think I'd have the name out? I'm sorry.
It's okay, Chambers. I'm sure you were a little nervous.
I am very nervous because this man... I'm really sorry. You're so high. Father. He calls him he calls himself I know I had his name. Just give me a minute.
It's alright.
He says his name is Noah Hawkins. He hails from Robur. I'm not sure what he wants. He just says he wants to speak with you.
Oh shit, do I remember this? Lynn does not. Lynn is having trouble.
Roll a history check.
Was this the group that we saw in the in town that one time?
You don't recall this name.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put on all my armor before I head out, just in case.
You want me to go out there with you?
Why don't you but not visibly?
Alright. Visible?
I'm fairly certain that if they wanted to kill me, they wouldn't announce it first, but, I don't really remember the name off the top of my head.
Shaddoc's just standing there like, is there something wrong?
No. There's a formal meeting. There's some people outside, and they're asking to see me, but they didn't say anything's wrong. I just think that because they're military professionals, they will appreciate that I'm armored before I go outside.
Okay.
Maybe it's time for recess with pastries.
So,
I'll be right back.
we'll be back in just a few. Go ahead and go.
Sorry, go invisible.
You want to see if Pastries has, some time to hang out maybe, and I'll be back for some more lessons in a bit.
Okay.
Our room is locked. Why don't you see if you can get in there?
Okay.
Ooh, there you go. Good practice. I, I give the space that is talking a look.
I'm
Yeah, I
over
don't know
here,
if you
dear.
want to teach a 6-year-old to pick locks.
Oh, this is gonna be wonderful. I love just doing things that are gonna come out back and bite us all in the ass.
Okay. Alright, so you go out, Melanie. There is a gentleman. He is in full plate armor. Behind him are a group of what seem to be other soldiers. Two of them look like spellcasters, given what you know of spellcasters, whom you hang around with.
Of course. Any of
And
these faces look familiar when I actually see them.
you don't see his face when you approach. He has his visor down.
But like, do any of the other people do I recognize anybody in the group?
You do
Or
not.
do they all?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You do not recognize any of these individuals.
All right.
He when you approach him, he pulls his visor up. Behind the visor is a rugged-looking individual with a few scars on his face. He has light brown eyes. His teeth are like he smiles at you. And for a brief moment, you see some crooked teeth. He has this red cape that falls over his shoulders. And the other individuals in the group are just, they're just they're looking at you, but they're not looking at you with intent. But they are just following your movement as you approach.
And are they armored and armed and everything, or are they just chilling?
They're chilling. They don't have weapons out or anything.
Okay.
Neither does this individual that is a little ahead of the other group, establishing himself as kind of the lead. He says, Sir Melanie Tuoven, I take it, of the
Yeah.
Loyalar, Knight of the Loyalar Duchy.
At your service. How can I help you?
My name is Noah Hawkins. I am of Robur. So, I'm going to be completely blunt with you because I'm not the type of person who likes to beat around the bush.
I appreciate that.
You have something that I would like. Well, I want.
I have many things that many people like
I know.
and want. What do you want?
Do you have, Melanie, do you have the sword on you?
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be right up behind his ass.
Yeah. You could tell your friend to stand down.
Sure, what you're talking about.
You're
In my defense, I have no idea where Raine is. I know she's out here, but that's all I know.
Your invisible friend.
Oh, I honestly don't know where she is. She's
Oh.
somewhere out here.
I'll
go on invisible right behind him and stay there.
Okay.
Hello, Raine. Now,
Not.
what is it that you want?
Well, you have a relic that...
I do.
You do.
It belongs to me.
It does belong to you currently.
Yes.
You see, I need that relic for my own purpose. However, I don't think it would be very fair of me right now to challenge you for it.
Because I would win?
I would say the opposite.
Well, it wouldn't really be a fair challenge if you brought all your friends, now would it? So if it were just you and I...
If it were just you
don't-
and I, then it would be the same.
Well, in that case, maybe you would earn it.
The problem is, I want it to be a fair and honorable fight.
Then fight fairly and honorably. I'm not really sure what your issue here is. Why do you need my sword?
Alright. I need your sword because I plan on beating all 3 of the warlords of Robur and taking their place.
As a warlord or as like a noble and honorable king? Because those are 2 very different things. I'll definitely feel a lot less bad if you're just going to beat them all and be an asshole about it. So...
Well, the title is warlord. So technically I would be their warlord.
Okay.
But the problem is, even though I am of the blood of Cord, because I would need something else to legitimize my claim after I beat the warlords. And you have the one thing that would legitimize it.
Attempt to bring a peaceful reign if you manage to win.
In a
Super
sense.
duper insight.
Go ahead. So eventually it probably would be peaceful. So
why do you think you'd be a better warlord than the 3 there?
Because right now the country is split into 3 sections. I intend to unite Robur under one banner. And then once Robur is under one banner, then I intend to unite the entire continent under one banner.
Oh,
What
oh, okay. Well,
that's a reference for me.
Sounds like a plan that I'm not a big fan of, actually.
Yeah, I figured you would say that.
Yeah.
Seeing whose relic you do carry. So,
you can just leave. That's fine.
I could, but
yeah.
I'm just giving you a fair warning, Sir Tuoven. I'm going to give you the chance to prepare for when I come and challenge you for that.
Tell you what.
You need to wait.
No need to wait.
Why don't you just fuck off?
Just fight me right now. You and I. That's it. And if you win, then you can take the sword. You won't win. You won't. But if you do, you can have the sword.
I make an investigation check about this guy's crap just to... Not that I don't believe in my girlfriend, but...
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to gather from this? Like, does he
equipped, you know, how sure, and like his own, you know, he's talking a good game, but does he really believe it, you know? Or is it all just swagger? Kind of both, you know?
Can I have noticed this going on?
Yeah, you probably have noticed.
It'd be pretty easy
yeah.
to group of armed people.
I'm probably mostly spending a lot of time in the tavern while I'm actually at the keep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna come outside, and I'm just gonna look at him. Like, I'm gonna stare at him real hard and look at him up and down. So, what are you if you think you can beat Melanie without her having to prepare? Because, obviously, you're not just human. There must be something else.
Well, first of all, as I said earlier, I am of the blood of Cord. Second of all, I also have this. And he will bring out from behind him a shield. Lynn, I'm going to message you.
Shit.
I mean, I have a
I already stole it off. No. Maybe I should have to pickpocket him, and then we could just be trying to fight naked.
I mean, I'm just saying, if it's a relic, would the Raven Queen's choice tell me it's a relic?
You might have to ask.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I will later.
He brings out
Can I
he brings out the shield.
Can I make a check to see if I recognize the shield?
Sure. It is gold. There is a skull in flames on the front of it.
Okay. What would be appropriate? Arcana, religion, history?
Religion, probably. And he looks
Okay.
directly at you, Melanie.
Nope,
I don't really think that it makes much sense to wield both of those.
Mine's
Little bit
fully
conflicting.
awakened. Yours is not.
Look.
That's why I'm giving you time to prepare. I may have his, but I am still an honorable man.
Then why are you using that?
I'm using that because I need to unite a nation. Like
You want to unite a continent and be some sort of supreme ruler. That's not a good thing to do. That will always end in bloodshed and almost always in tyranny as well.
See, I knew you wouldn't understand. But I'm still
Who the
giving
fuck
you the...
would?
I'm trying to unite a nation because of what's coming.
And that is... Because I think that you know what's coming just as well as I do, and I think that you are being foolish in the way that you deal with it. Because I think that if you are so powerful that you could simply beat me right now, and I am a fairly reasonably strong person, and I have a very good amount of magical items behind me, if you think that it makes more sense to beat me, take my items, and go ahead and unite a kingdom through war, instead of just taking your band of people here and directly facing the issue of the old gods stirring and all of that, stupid choice. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense to just face it head on? Because I have fought undead dragons, I have fought the awakenings of old things, and I've fought gods. So.
And so have I. And what we've fought, the power we have, alone, it's not going to be enough. So we have to be united when it comes.
And so, instead of uniting the people who are fighting and who have skills, you're going to unite a kingdom of randos. Like, doesn't it make a lot more sense for you to just be like, hey, let's work together, we can totally do this, instead of being like, hey, I'm taking your shit. I mean, you do see my logic, don't you? Because you're right, I totally don't want the world to go all to crap. I've read some passages in those books, and it's very fucked up. Not something I want to happen. Which is why I have this sword in the first place. Honestly, the only reason I have it right now. So...
You should ask your sword who brought them in the first place.
Brought the old gods.
I still have my set of morals. I still want to fight you on equal footing.
For now.
I'll see you in a year. Whether you're ready or not by that time.
Peace.
And he leaves.
Before you leave, question. And I'm going... Okay, I would like to use the brooch. And, oh no, he saw through invisibility. I am not going to do that. Never mind. Just have a good trip. There's an Eldrake in our tavern that tells marvelous stories. Honestly, great stuff.
Yes, why don't you go give us a bunch of gold while you're at it, since you're going to threaten us?
Is there anything easily stealable, like on his belt?
Yeah, I was gonna have you try to get something so we can scry on his ass later.
Roll
I
an
don't want you to die.
Raine, I want you to roll an insight check.
Oh god.
She fails.
Oh, we're gonna make an orphan again.
Just roll an insight check, Raine. There is part of his band a half elf as well, and he's clocking you.
I'm DM, I won't.
He just looks at you, looks at your hand, where your hands are.
It's only a minimum of 30.
So, did you want to ask your relic the question, Zaitari?
Oh, yeah. Well, more importantly, are they actually going to go into the tavern?
No, they're walking off.
I'll just flip them off as they leave, because they're not giving me money. So, yeah. Yes, I will. I mean, I have some other things that I want to talk to my relic about, so we'll just handle it now.
Okay.
So, RQ. Unless you have another name that you'd like me to call you.
No.
Alright then. RQ. What was he holding?
He's got Banes.
Bane? Wow, that's pretty fucking evil.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's not the only one. One of the others has something too.
Do you know what it was?
It was newer, I couldn't tell.
Okay. Interesting. Well, you know, there's something I've been meaning to ask you ever since I went to that temple. That lovely priest said that the form, the soul within the Raven Queen's choice takes, is different for everybody. So, please tell me, who might you be?
There is a pause. Do we have to have this conversation outside?
Yes.
Do you really want it outside?
I just look around. Yes, please, tell me.
There's like a sigh. I didn't want to deal with this sigh. So I was a Shaddoc in life.
Yes.
You know,
Hello,
just
daughter.
you know, just like serving the Raven Queen. And, yep.
Definitely did not come across a tiefling bard and knock her up. Maybe say 30 years ago.
Do I have to answer that?
Yes. Dad.
Hi, Zaitari.
I stopped talking to it.
Okay.
Well, guys, this is interesting. Are Raine and Melanie still around?
Yeah, Melanie's just kind of standing there. She's not actually said anything yet, though.
The soul inside my relic is my father. It's that interesting.
Oh.
Fuck.
You know, honestly, that's not that surprising.
Raine, what were you going to say?
I keep forgetting I have to have this in my goddamn mouth. I just said Lathander. Fuck, I didn't say Jesus. Nope.
Yeah. You know, Raine, we're gonna have to find you a relic, I think. So you can have all of these fun adventures that the rest of us are having.
Oh, I think I'm right. I don't know who would have me, to be honest.
I don't know. I really think Avandra would be interesting. Didn't didn't
She didn't seem
oh, I
interested
can't remember
before.
her name. What was her name? The person who held the coin. Darren, please help me.
Oh. You mean the belt?
Yeah, the belt. Sorry.
One Eye.
One Eye. Yes. I do believe that One Eye said that you could challenge her for that belt. I think it would be really useful for you. I know you're all tapped out on magical items that you can attune to, but they are very handy.
Look towards Melanie. Might have to look into it. If we want this to be fair. Seems he's got a... Oh, I don't know that. Never mind.
Yeah, and that shield is a nasty piece of work. Fucking Bane, am I right?
I'm going to find somebody else to carry the sword.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to give it to him, obviously,
No.
but I'm not going to fight him.
No, Melanie, the DM gave you this. You're keeping it. He wants to retcon it.
Yeah. Melanie? Why?
I would have fought happily, and then Ronny died, and I saw how it affected Shaddoc. She didn't even know him that long or that well.
This isn't a fight to the death. It wasn't a fight to the death before.
It's... I was already going to tone it down on adventures anyway. This is... This is not something that I should be doing any longer. I didn't realize until our friend died. And I realized our friend didn't die from violence, but he's dead just the same. And grief is just the same.
I understand that, and I'm not saying not to retire, but this man seemed pretty desperate, and if he's trying to unite the continent, where Dorenithil is, the country of a bunch of seclusive elves, I could only imagine what is trying to spur him forward in order to do that. If you don't want him to have it, then it's probably best in your hands. I don't know where else it could go, unless we, fucking yeet it into another plane of existence.
No, that would be foolish. It's needed.
Exactly.
There's... I don't know. I don't have an answer at this moment.
Doesn't seem like you meant to pass off the responsibility.
It doesn't, does it?
No, not really.
Maybe something else is more important.
Shaddoc is important, but if there's not a world for her to be on, then it seems like it's that serious.
I'm not the only fighter in this world. There's lots of us.
I'm just saying good luck finding somebody who's as good as you. Mm-hmm. I would meditate on this, talk it out with a sword, see what happens. And honestly, there's something I wanted to ask you, but I didn't really know when the time was right. Have you talked to your mother about your father yet?
No.
Well, since there's some of that divine blood in you, you might want to explore that.
Can't be a coincidence that the person that came looking for you was also claiming to have.
Yes,
Cool.
that's what made me think of it right now.
Fine. I'll talk to her and the sword. Melanie walks away.
Okay.
Characters. God damn it.
So yeah, you guys, Melody walks away. Anybody else want to do something? I think we might probably call it soon. We can get to your stuff, Zaitari, at the beginning of the next episode.
No!
We can do it now.
Please.
Okay.
I want it to be done.
Okay. So Melanie goes and chills. First of all, Melanie, do you want to talk to the sword? Any immediate questions?
Not immediate.
Okay.
Melanie's still thinking. She's brewing and weighing things.
Okay.
And trying to make the right decision for both the world and her family.
Okay, that's fair. That's very fair.
Big questions at 26.
Right?
Who am I? Am I good enough to carry this? Where am I going to leave my dog? Yeah, there's so many questions. Character development.
We check up on her room.
I wonder what does Aoife think about all of this?
Was Aoife there for any of that?
I don't know, you probably were watching from a window at least.
I feel like if Aoife was there, she would have punched him in the face and it would have gotten real ugly.
Oh, you probably.
But maybe not. I don't know.
Well, Raine would see with her ridiculous passive perception up in one of the windows looking out over the whole thing is Aoife just crotch chopping at this dude like Generation X.
Sucking. Nice.
Just a variety of rude gestures, and she's mouthing things. She's not actually saying anything, but she's mouthing things in a really exaggerated way.
Okay, that's fair. Very fair. Zaitari, I guess you could take, like, the week to decompress and go, do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you know, like, that guy's not coming back.
Yeah. I mean, he said a year, but I
said a
still
year.
probably would be paranoid, like...
Did you want to roll the insight on him? Somebody said insight on this guy. Raine, I think I explained to you.
I was investigating more, I think. Like, just seeing what kind of crap he had, but I think covered that.
Yeah.
I'd kind of say an insight thing, just to see like, if he was believing his own bullshit. You know?
He 100% believes in his own bullshit.
Yeah, I probably would have done it to make sure that he wasn't lying about being back in a year.
I mean, you can roll it now, and I'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh my god, terrible.
I don't see
It's a
it
15.
yet. Oh.
It's a 15. It said just as I rolled that your connection to the server has been interrupted.
Oh, okay. He
So.
seems like he's telling the truth.
All right.
When
And
Melanie goes off to stew, Aoife would go and spend some time with her.
okay. So, and just from your inside checks, both of you, him and his crew seem to be at least on equal footing as you guys.
Oh, how many were there?
There were 5 of them, including him.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you get the
level 15s. Jesus Christ, what gods did they have to kill?
he seemed like he was like when he said, we fought things like that before, he probably wasn't lying.
Yeah.
So Aoife goes and finds Melanie.
Yeah, not gonna say anything. She's just kind of like wherever Melanie's sitting down. She's just gonna flop down next to her and sit there quietly. So if Melanie wants to talk, she's there.
Okay. If Melanie wants to talk, just let me know.
Melanie's going to wait a minute and then be like, "So you were watching, I'm assuming."
Mm-hmm. I was.
Our friend just died, you see. Out of the blue, kind of. He was older.
How old people tend to do. Sorry, that's insensitive.
Honestly, they do. That's what they do. It's like a pastime. But
I'm sorry about your friend.
I am too. He was a good man.
Saying that about your own character. I love it.
A lot of people cared deeply about him, but he was a turtle, and apparently they lived for like 5 years. And
That
so,
sounds right.
yes, makes zero sense. Tortoises live forever, and turtles just
I
keel
think
right over.
Like the size, like economy, right? Like when demand goes up, price goes down. When size go up, age go down.
I guess. I guess. So, I just adopted my daughter. As you can definitely tell, not biological. And I don't want to leave her alone.
That's super fair.
Yeah, but at the same time, I suppose if there wasn't somebody else willing to do what I need to do and able to do what I need to do, which is difficult, then it doesn't really matter because the whole world will be basically devoured and shit upon, and then they'll eat that shit and they'll poop it out, and then they might have sex with it. Honestly, the whole thing was weirdly erotic at times. Just fucking creepy. And, so, odd decision in front of me.
Oh well, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily odd. Because it's either put your life on the line, do super cool but super risky things, or, devote yourself to the people that you love.
Those
Like,
both
wholly,
seem very
100%.
important, don't they? I mean, honestly, pretty important, both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying either one's more important than the other. It's just they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. And like, life's a pendulum. Big old dick swinging back and forth. Are you tucking right or are you tucking left?
Honestly, I liked the cake metaphor better that I've heard before, in which I both have and eat my cake. Basically, my cake exists in some sort of weird realm where I take a bite of it and then it just regenerates overnight or something, I guess.
Alright, the cake doesn't do that.
I have a friend who is a very powerful wizard, and I bet that with enough time we could make a cake that does that.
Okay. What does that got to do with your life, though?
It doesn't. Thank you for pointing that out.
Wow.
I love her so much.
It would be delicious, and it would be great for traveling because you could just have your cake every day. Anyway, I just...
You seem a little scattered.
Thank you, I guess. You're not wrong.
When's the last time you've meditated?
Ooh, this is coming from multiple people.
Better
time,
yet, better question.
I kind of stared into space for like 5 minutes, accidentally.
When's the last time you saw a chiropractor? I think you need to get your neck cracked.
Oh man, Lynn does too. I don't really know what the chiropractor part has to do with the meditation part, has to do with making large life decisions.
It clarifies your head. It empties the brain of all the nonsense. It's kind of like, when's the last time you spent any time with teenage guys? Because they're complete idiots until they, rub one out real quick, and then they're like geniuses. Maybe that's what you need to do. But instead of rubbing one out, you need to get your back cracked, you need to meditate, pick up a new hobby.
I could just rub one out. I mean, I feel like that sounds way easier.
But it may not work.
Willing to find out. I mean, not with you. I'm taken, but
I'm not interested.
that's fine. Not judging. I mean, they did say that I needed to talk to my sword, so I guess I should probably do that.
A great place to start, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to swords is always a good idea.
If you keep hanging out with us, we're gonna have to give you a talking relic of the gods so you can properly. Yes.
Because, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. My whole life's been monastery shit. My whole life's been that. Me trying to make my new fighting style. That's kind of, like, breaking the rules a little bit. It's not very well received in the community. So, like, yeah, hell yeah, why not get a talking relic? What else am I gonna do with my life?
Literally anything is also fine. I mean, you can just do whatever the fuck you want.
I am doing whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, that works, I guess.
I'm out here making that new fighting style.
Right.
But, like, I don't gotta. I can do other shit. I'm very responsible. I'll have you know.
You are a very good fighter, as we saw. So, if we have to go on some journeys for this stuff, then we might
Take me with you.
see if you'll come with us. Right, yes. I mean, obviously I'll have to clear with everybody, but...
Nah. You know you don't. It's fine.
They get really, moody when you don't.
No, it's fine.
Oh, no, trust me. They get very moody.
It's super fine.
I will definitely check it with them first, but they'll say yes. It's fine. I get away with a lot of shit for them. They're pretty cool. So
They seem cool so far.
yes. Just don't call me ma'am again, please.
I mean, don't do anything to deserve it.
Oh,
Wow.
honestly, sometimes I just want to throw you right out the window. I know you'll be fine,
I'll be
so I know
perfectly
it will be
fine.
okay. Actually, that might help me with my stress. Can I just toss you?
Yeah, sure. I'll be fine. I'll live.
Okay, yeah. I am going to.
Oh god!
Aoife. I'm gonna pick Aoife up and just
Yeet her out the window?
yeet the monk.
Do you...
I'm gonna aim for a wall. Cause I'm assuming that I've fought her a couple times at this point, and I kinda know that she can do like some weird wall shit.
She can
And so-
parkour real good, yeah, probably.
I'm just gonna basically give her a sweet flinging start into some weird parkour wall nonsense.
Okay, do you
You can
allow
also
this...
just, like, full throw me out the window, and I'll be fine.
Okay, if Aoife allows this...
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Aoife
you
is
throw-
so
Yeah,
fine with
you throw her out the window. It's a good yeet. Like, if she wasn't a monk, she'd be doing the Wilhelm scream right now.
I'm assuming that I feel so much better.
Probably.
I
Probably.
drift safely to the ground, unharmed.
Fucking monks, man.
Wait, like you used a feather fall, or like you just
I
do
have
the
slow
monk
fall.
shot?
Yeah,
monks
they
like
have
that.
slow fall.
That's why she's fine.
Oh, the moment your fall starts slowing down, you just see Melanie just laughing, like hand to her stomach, just laughing as you just kind of like drift down to the ground.
Yeah.
Like
Raine
a weird dandelion.
Raine and Zaitari are probably still outside when you go inside, and then like about 5 minutes later, they see Aoife like fly
What the
through a window,
fuck?
and then she just slowly falls to the ground.
And then you just hear Melanie just laughing hysterically from a window. Like a little bit of legitimate laughter and a little bit of just stress release.
Sounds
Yeah.
like it's a tar. That checks.
Yeah. So have you proposed yet?
No, haven't come around to it.
Now might be the time.
Lock that shit down.
Gotta lock that shit down. I mean, you did adopt a daughter together, so might as well make it official, right?
Please, it's just Mel adopted her.
I didn't quite catch the end of that.
Technically Melanie just adopted her.
Oh, okay.
She is calling me. Is she calling me mom or mama? 'Cause
So she's been calling Melanie mom, but she's been calling you ma or mama.
Mom or mama,
Yeah.
depending how much she's trying to beg for something.
Ah, I see. That's very adorable.
Once I hit the ground, I just turn around and run up the side of the building to get back into the building.
Oh shit. Our keep is so interesting.
Now we got 2 children around.
Ah, very true. But I mean,
Wait, is one of them me?
No.
No, Aoife is a child. Technically, still a kid. Like she's 16. She's a teenager.
yeah.
Oh, true. I just know that I did yeet somebody out the window for fun.
You
so I
yeeted
thought
a
maybe
child
they were-
out the window.
Yeah. They were fine.
Tell Melanie we can't do that to Shaddoc in 10 years.
Yeah, she has a lot of very interesting influences, huh?
That child is going to be the most interesting fighter rogue monk.
Bard, warlock, bard, warlock, wizard.
Absurd.
Did somebody say all the classes?
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if she's gonna be like a frickin' wild magic barbarian or something.
That'd be
Oh
great.
god, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that or an absurd build.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just weird ass tool proficiencies.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Like, I was looking at your backstory, and it says your rogue mom and your and your fighter mom raised you, and you are proficient in lockpicking tools because your rogue mom gave them to you to keep you out of trouble. What is this backstory?
And you know, in your bard instrument is a recorder.
Oh my god, yes. Be like, I'm gonna give you inspiration by playing Little Shark upon my recorder. Yeah.
Baby shark. Doo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you just created the most annoying character, weirdest annoying character ever.
I'm
And she's a
wondering about to
demigod.
play a character that's gonna be way worse.
Oh god, I can't even. All right. So yeah, all that happens.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I assume Zaitari is gonna take the week off for stress relief.
Yes.
Yeah, because also discovered her pops is in her relic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Doing some research on Avandra.
All right. I can get you that information after the game.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I assume you messaged Tegan.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I just teleport to him.
Okay, he's in his office. Jesus! Oh, hi, Zaitari.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I
Okay.
would teleport to Vox. Wait a
Alright.
day, because I can only cast it once per day.
Alright. I mean, you
so
should...
I'd find like some fancy hotel to put myself up in, and then I'll go visit him.
Okay. He's at the Ugly Harpy. As soon as he came back from vacation, he's back to work. Axe is already chastising him again about forgetting lunch. You can tell that she's been taking care of him, like when you've not been around.
Tegan.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Zaitari.
You have to eat.
Oh, I just forget, you know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just shake my head.
Serena and Axe have actually been doing a very good job. Serena almost barged through my door twice this week. I fell asleep at my desk accidentally. That's why I
Oh
didn't
my
hear her.
gosh. Tegan,
What?
work, life, balance.
Oh. I mean, Serena has been telling me to take like 20-minute breaks here and there, so sometimes, like, she and Axe are doing a small job around the city, so that's why she wasn't here. Maybe I do need to hire a personal assistant.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
Delegate, get some of this workload off of your desk.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes?
stand up and come over here, please.
Okay.
You're cleared for the rest of the afternoon. We're going somewhere. And I cast teleport.
But okay, you cast teleport, and he's like, he knows better than to fight you at this point. Okay,
we pop up on a familiar beach.
Oh, lovely. Since it's like probably like a 6-7 hour difference. So
Yeah, I would have tried to time it for either sunrise or sunset, whatever makes the most sense.
Okay.
For like the time difference.
So if you were in the afternoon there, probably would be early morning where you guys were. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even pack. Wow.
It's quite alright. I have some clothes.
Okay.
You know, bag of holding and all that.
Right, right. You're always so prepared.
I suppose. But mostly it's just the fact that I have a near endless bag that I can just stuff shit in. Anyways, you'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. Axe and Serena know that you'll be gone for the day. But Tegan, how long has it been that we've been together? This isn't some trick question.
I was about to ask you that, honestly. But, probably about 2 years now?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So much has happened.
Yeah.
It's been a lot. It was a very long first year, and a nice second year, I must say.
Yeah, it has. It's definitely been eventful, but it has been a lot of fun. Stressful, fun, exciting, death-defying, all those things.
It's been quite the whirlwind since I batted my eyelashes at you from across the table all those many moons ago now. I can't remember what was, I know it was another A name that Tegan replaced.
Elena.
You know, when we first started, seeing each other, Elena said to be careful around you. And I said not to worry, because it was just going to be a fling, and look at where we are now. Big fights, broken up once, but got back together again.
Yeah. Imagine what a lot of communication could do. You know?
Yes. Something that we're both working on, and I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
Yeah. I mean, at least we're not like, one of those romance novels where there's like just this whirlwind of no communication, and then there's the plot, and then there's, that resolution, but it all could have been solved with a lot of communication.
It could have.
And then you wouldn't have a book, yeah.
Yeah. It's so tacky. Happens, there's other plot devices you could use. It's ridiculous. Anyways, enough about plot contrivances. Tegan, I know I don't say it enough, and honestly, you know what, this might actually be the first time. You say it a lot, but I do love you. And honestly, I don't see myself being with anybody else. Because I've had those whirlwind romances that you see in the romance books, and, well, none of those worked out like ours did. And so, Zaitari will take out the kit that she had assembled, like the lovely box, and hand it to him.
Oh,
This is for you.
thank you. This is quite lovely. It's beautiful, thank you.
Now, I don't feel like I should get on one knee, but I'll just simply ask, will you marry me?
He, like, freezes for a minute. Like, wait, what? Like, in his, like, you see, like, his face is doing the, wait, what? And he looks at you. He doesn't say anything.
I know it's not traditional.
And he
but
kisses you.
I'm not really the traditional. Okay.
Does that answer your question?
I mean, I would prefer an affirmative yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Tilda would be pissed if my ring looked nicer than hers. But we can make it nice and subtle, but fancy enough to still suit me.
About that.
Oh.
So I'm gonna send you something right now. Give me a sec.
Okay.
It's not, he says, it's not exactly the way I wanted it, but he feels like the, well, you'll see in a second, so give me a sec. It is the, yes, it is that one. And he says, I know you probably have other things that you are currently in-game attuned to. But I know you're going to be away a lot after probably things pick up again. And I wanted something. I wanted you to have something so you can, you know, relive the memories, whatever memories you wanted, and, you know, just to have when we can't be together.
Tegan. That's very sweet. You are correct, I cannot currently use it right now, but I'm sure I will be able to. Thank you. And Zaitari will give him a kiss on the cheek. Now, we have the whole day to ourselves, and I arranged for the place we stayed at. You want to, I don't know, retire for the afternoon, morning? Whatever time it is right now?
I don't know, maybe, I mean, maybe you have to convince me. I do have a lot of paperwork I have to get back to.
Well, you're kind of stuck here, and let me just tell you, your ticket out of here is me. So, I mean, listen, I could call off this engagement.
Let's go. Okay. And he will follow you to the place you have stayed before.
Yay.
Well, that's a night. We have some character development. We have some more character development. We got a new character? It's gonna be great.
Yay.
It's gonna be so great for what I have planned for you, guys.
Oh boy. Also, I'll post the inventory from Ronny, because I got it off of Martin when we were there. I figure we'll probably go between each other and decide what all we need to divvy up. But the tuning forks are probably going to go to Tilda, because she has plane shift. And the diamonds I'm going to take, because I am now the designated party revival system. Once we get our next level, whenever the fuck that is, I'm going to take Revivify. So, as one of my magical secrets. So.
Okay.
And those true seeings, I can also, cast them as long as I take it. But I imagine we'll probably divide it between myself and Tilda.
I guess next game I have to play a cleric.
Druid also works.
Actually, we could play a cleric again, but I'm not getting rid of Raine.
Oh no, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I have like 4 different character concepts in my head now, and it's just like, what do I want to play?
Like I said, I think Raine would want to talk to Melanie, but it is getting kind of late, and we
Yeah.
question or
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how you guys feel.
I'm fine. I don't have to be up early tomorrow.
Okay.
I mean, I'm leaving, but I don't got to leave until the afternoon. So.
And I know y'all are on the West Coast. Like, you two are on the West Coast, so screw
It's
you.
still an early night for me.
Screw you guys.
And I'll be honest, if we quit now, I'm just gonna play more Animal Crossing.
How are you enjoying the swimming?
Oh, it's so much fun.
It is fun.
I've kind of like quit at this point. So if you guys need hybrid flowers, I have everything but gold roses and blue roses. You can take anything else.
I'm good. I finally got my hands on some purple hyacinth, and that was all I wanted.
Okay.
If you'll allow me to harvest your purples, I would absolutely take them.
Yeah, I can invite you. I can invite you whenever.
Okay.
Lynn, would you be okay with Raine conversation, or you will hold that off till next game?
Let me go get some more water because I've been putting off grabbing it. But after I grab some water, I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine.
But I'm very thirsty and I've been waiting because I was like, it'll only be like 10 more minutes. So just 1 second.
Okay. But yeah, I can send you all the Avandra stuff. KK, just remind me, probably tomorrow too, during Prime's game.
Are you gonna get that fancy armor, KK?
I don't think I am, because my AC is gonna go down.
Well, could it be made into studded leather instead of hide?
I don't see why not, honestly, because studded leather is just reinforced leather armor. She would have to reinforce it, but if she would have to reinforce it with like another type of leather, if Raine was okay with that, 2 types of leather maybe, but you'd still get the magical benefits.
Where did we end up on that thing? We ended up at a +2 studded.
Yeah, it was like a +2
with like 3 resistances or something.
Yeah. And I think if you used your Preclusium or money, you could make it a +3.
Yeah. Yes. So you can have a +3. We can make it studded.
Yeah. Then I would definitely do that.
Okay. It would probably like I said, I think it would have probably taken 6 months, but we're just ending the year.
We were gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, we were like, what? Popped down my character sheet. I'm like, where the fuck is it?
But yeah, that was a very interesting session. Well, it's not over yet. We still have Raine has to talk to Melanie about probably life-changing things. Like, everything in this game is life-changing now.
Listen, it's been a year.
Yeah, it's
and we're also high level enough where
you're at end game now.
We're god level, kind of.
Mallory had to step all over my proposal. God, not really.
But yeah, so the feat that I took that Darren so graciously allowed me to have was Infernal Constitution. So my Constitution went up by 1, which didn't really do anything because it's a 13 now. But I now have resistance to cold and poison damage, and I have advantage on saves against being poisoned. So my damage resistances
Okay, I'm
are
back.
fire, necrotic, lightning, cold, and poison. Yay!
Alright, so Raine wanted to talk to Melanie.
Yeah. So
After yeeting
teenager out the window.
Aoife out the window.
Yeah, 16-year-old, you know.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
So, yeah, she'll talk to Melanie later that night. So, was it fun eating the teenager out the window?
It was wonderful.
You know you're not going to be able to do that to Shaddoc in 10 years.
I
Probably.
mean,
I'm assuming. I don't know. Who knows, really?
not until we teach a slow fall.
How are you feeling?
Frustrated. I didn't think about mortality much prior to this, and I mean, you saw, I would just kind of do whatever I needed done. I don't feel the same anymore now that we have Shaddoc, and
We saw how much Tilda freaked out when she almost died, but dying is truly horrible. There is nothing yet.
but at the same time, you guys are right. There's very little chance that we'd actually be able to find anyone who'd be able to do what I do in time to stop some crazy dude from trying to unite the continent.
Like a pompous ass, but
He seems like a giant douchebag, yes.
yeah. Quick aside, Robert is like we're their slaves, right? And there's
Yes.
the slave game.
So just to give a very quick thing.
That's where the War Waters are, right?
That's
Yeah.
where Alexandria's family's from.
That's also where Zaitari's mom is from.
Yes. Robert is ruled by 3 warlord triplets who claim they are descendants of Cord. They've split the continent into 3 because they are unequal. They're old, and they've been alive for a while. They're like 80, and the way you succeed a warlord is to beat a warlord to take his kingdom. They still run it that way. So we got some 80-year-old triplets who haven't been beaten in years.
Wow.
So
They're jacked.
they're jacked, and the rumor is they're Aasimar because of their divine blood. But nobody's for sure. So in order to get control of the country, you would have to beat each one of them. So that sounds like what this guy's trying to do.
Robert's kind of a shithole.
Yeah.
I'm back actually saying
Okay.
this to
Oh,
Mel.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
It really is.
It's also where we had our lizard race. Just to be
That was
clear.
fun. I mean, I even thought about, if I'm not around with the treasure hunter sometime, it'd be the kind of place that'd be fun to, go and play a street hero, Get those impulses out. My point is,
Just,
place.
get an item that makes magic water and just fuck up their whole economy. It's hilarious.
One endless bottle of water and they're fucked. I understand. I think. I don't. Melanie, you're easily the best of us, and I'm not just saying that because I'm sleeping with you.
I am amazing.
Yes, you
Zaitari
are.
would be offended, but okay.
I mean, like, on a personal level, you seem to be an inherently good person.
I do try. That's why it would be really hard to... I don't want to mess up either thing. I don't want to mess up this whole destiny nonsense, and I don't want to mess up this whole parenting nonsense. I want to be the best at both of them.
I'll support whatever you do, but I'm just going to make the argument that, one, we need you as a party. I need you as a person. And the bottom line is, shit happens everywhere for no goddamn reason. My mother was murdered because she loved a person. And I saw her killed in front of me. And then they killed me for it. And I stayed dead in the ground for 2 weeks.
What? Did I already know this?
Didn't know this.
Like hiding, or like somebody brought you back?
Someone brought me back. Someone
Damn.
brought me. I wasn't in the ground. Actually, I was in a refuse pile.
That's literally worse. That's horrible.
And all I remember is cold and darkness. There was no afterlife, no... nothing. That I remember anyways. And so, dying, I understand, is horrible, but living can be shitty too, and you can make it better for everyone, including your daughter.
I know. I know. It was a moment of weakness.
And I want to be here to help you. The rare times you have those.
I need to find, before I go on some epic quest to I don't know, vanquish this asshole who has Bane's artifact, I need to find a set of godparents, just in case.
Yes, well... Any complaining about recording music aside, I think she has a lot of people here who love her.
Oh, I know. But if I fall, it's very possible that we're literally all gone. So I might want to find somebody who's not, going on adventures.
True.
Maybe somebody who is, less adventure-y and all around.
A little more boring.
Yes. That is sometimes a little bit more useful.
Devil's advocate for a moment here. With this gentleman, he seems like an asshole, but honestly, most rulers are. I'm not a big fan of the Queen of Leona either, but save her too. Seem to be the thing to do.
Honestly, uniting Robert is whatever. I would honestly, if there were the right reason and it was a decent person, I'd be fine with uniting Robert. Uniting a continent is going to end up with far too many people murdered, and it probably won't even be successful. I mean, normally that sort of thing is short-lived and just ends with a lot of death.
Sometimes it works out.
How many continents are united right now?
Well, it doesn't always last, that's for sure. But
if he didn't have Bane's artifact, then maybe I would support him. But it's if he's using that thing, then he can't be a good person. Like, that literally can't happen, can it? Let's be honest here.
I mean, I don't fucking know.
I guess the sword might know. I could talk to the sword later. I haven't talked to it yet.
Kind of have to believe that bad deeds and bad people can be used for good.
Oh yes, no, and I was serious when I said that we could work together and face what's coming. But I didn't want to hand him an object that could... Knowing what it's able to do in my hands, and I have just one, then who knows what he could do with two. And if his
But if you give it to
intentions...
him, fuck him. If he thinks he can have it, but you know, it could be just as validating if he had the service of someone, and you could mediate any darker impulses.
Yes.
If he has them.
I mean, he didn't really seem to be interested in that, but...
He isn't, and, you know, but fuck it. But...
Yes, that's an option. If I'd want to know more about him, and if it seemed like he would be able to actually work with somebody and, you know, go ahead and not give in to the darker impulses, that even if he did not already have them, as somebody with Bane's artifact, I feel like it would bleed through if you weren't careful, so... problematic.
Problem one way or the other.
And I wonder what that other object was.
Right.
Or did Mallory tell us about that?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I didn't, but it was because I didn't know what it was.
Well, his crew seemed... I mean, they fucking saw me. You know how that irritates me.
Oh, yes. Understandable. Well...
I'm going to send word to a couple of my friends and see what they can learn about him, but who knows what that'll turn out and how long that will take. And I'm sure every avenue of that would be useful.
Yes. Well, we need to find out more about a lot of things. So... there's a lot to think about. But don't worry, I don't think that I'll be going anywhere. I mean, no, I'll literally be going a lot of places. Obviously, we have to do things, but... I mean, I don't think I'll stop adventuring.
Good to hear. I think we have recorder lessons in the morning. I have plans towards that, and they have not come to fruition, okay?
It's just like, you know, Emperor Palpatine. Do it! Do it! Propose to her! Do it!
That covers it on my end.
So, I was looking at ring sets on Pinterest, because of course. And I sent it to Darren, but I'll send it to you guys too. This ring is so over the top, but it's so Zaitari. And keep in mind, that's a wedding ring set, so like the little
Yeah.
Curved part at the bottom is like the wedding ring, but...
Cute. Very Zaitari.
Yes, it is. I'm like, the moons, the red, the black, stars, perfect. It's so fucking gaudy, though.
Alright. If nobody has anything else, I think next week it's the 10th. Yup.
If I die, that's what's gonna happen.
Well, that's an interesting character. Isn't that right, French fry? Alright, so 10th. Yeah.